we go. There we go. Now we're on.
Hey, all right.
Hi, Internet.
Hi, Internet. Who wants to recap the train wreck that was last session?
Last week at the end of again, we
What are we doing? That's
I'm not an internet personality. It doesn't matter. I can slur my words all I want. The invisible peoples, consisting of Mel and Damo, came back to us and warned that we had a centurion waiting. Unbeknownst to us, that it was a trap.
Unbeknownst.
Some of us,
We knew it was a trap.
I didn't know shit. I thought it was one guy there.
Did you see us fighting? No trap.
Trap.
You get piety for the Firefly reference.
How am I? I don't have piety. I don't have a god.
You don't have a god at the moment.
Pass it to someone else.
Thanks.
You get inspiration
Yay.
for the session because
Mel decided to do some infiltrating and sneaking around these very particular glyphs for 3 rounds. Found an invisible Portia, who proceeded to Iron Maiden her.
God damn it.
Wait. Did I get her head?
No.
No.
You know
What? No, I needed to.
Yeah.
Well, see, that
Fucking
was
Portia.
bailed.
We
I
barely
didn't mean to.
escaped.
I was sick.
We barely escaped with our lives. I don't like that I'm doing
Well,
the recap for
I
you and you
needed that
accident.
shit.
You actually didn't say it. Battle ensued. In the midst of battle, the fucking shadow dragon started creeping up our butt, which I didn't like.
Creeping is a very
creeping at the speed of a lightning bolt, very quickly.
yes.
dragons are fast.
Putting a lot of sexual tension on this combat.
I don't like that.
Too
Whoa.
bad.
Okay.
I decided to do the recap. Fuck you. And battered,
The
beaten,
band's
and
a
bruised
Bolaro.
with our tails between our legs, we ran the way we were supposed to go. Luckily,
That was one of the big wins that you took out of the fight. Yeah.
Yeah, our only real win is that we got away and are now technically ahead of Portia and company on the way to the Codex.
Because they exited out the opposite door.
Portia's still alive. Got it.
yeah.
Yep.
So battered, beaten, and
We literally
bruised,
killed none of them.
Yeah, none.
holding Mel and the Iron Maiden over our heads as we run. Because we haven't dealt with this situation yet. We're just getting away from this fucking dragon.
I'm just hearing yakety sax. Just
I will sing a Dwarven song to calm you down. No.
oh God, stop. Is there-
Oral can, and
That is where
that's where we left off.
That is where we left off, with you guys having just exited that room. As you are running, you are where the little marker indicates. Running for your lives.
Mood.
The two dwarves are carrying Mel over their head. What would you like to do? It is pitch black, so you know that you are within 3 miles of Balrog.
Well, let's keep going, I guess.
Why don't we do this too for everybody, since it's been a week? Does everybody want to sound off on hit points and stuff? Were you keeping track of Thorin's hit points on his sheet?
Sir, I was.
So it should be accurate to what you see on your sheet there, Thorin. You took quite a beating.
You actually went unconscious at one point. You have that many hit points because
I healed you.
Vistra like dumped her whole lay on hands on you.
Yeah, the Centurion gave you quite a whooping.
I got 30. I'm at full 32 hit points. No second or third level spell slots.
I'm at 57 of 68. I have all my spells.
Donald?
I have 3 first-level spells and full hit points.
Thorin's at 33 hit points out of 113, I think. I think it's 113.
And he's only down 1 rage.
And he's only down 1 rage.
But he is exhausted.
He is exhausted because he did frenzy rage, and he's no longer raging. And Mel, you're not terribly hurt. You're just right.
Oh no, 17.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, remember I got knocked the fuck out.
That's right. Nope, that's right. Yeah. There's some. Yeah, that's right. The cleric came over and took advantage of you being all.
Can you get some fingies in there and heal her?
I got healed. I got some balm. That's.
Yeah. She got some balm. So would you say you're at 13?
Like 17.
17. You can make skin contact to heal her if you want to throw a cure wounds.
Yeah, I'll give her a 2nd level cure wounds.
Oh, where'd Thorin go?
14.
Oh, there he is.
14. Okay.
All right, so you get an additional 14 hit points there, Flint. Or as I should say, Mel. Apologies. Didn't mean to NPC you there.
No, it is.
As you guys are running, Thorin, you have a point of exhaustion because of your frenzy rage, and you are at 33 hit points. As you were unconscious at one point, as the Centurion kind of whooped your ass a little bit. You went toe to toe with him, and he came out. Yeah, you went toe to toe with him, and he came out on top.
He had fire swords. It's not my fault. He had fire swords.
He did have fire swords, yes. But you guys are still currently running. Are you stopping to do that, or are we just still at a run?
Oh no! Whatever words that I whisper to Poseidon to cure Mel, I just stick my fingers through the grate and I go, "Oh, that's kind of pinchy," and then I cast cure wounds and I just keep running.
You hear muffled noises coming from what would be Mel's mouth hole that is covered by iron bands, rusty iron bands.
I'm gonna get fucking tetanus.
You all continue to run. I'm going to need everybody who's running. So Mel, you don't actually have to make this check because you're not actually having to do anything.
Yep.
But Constitution saving throws. Oh, I should also I'll let you guys know how Vistra's doing. She is at 40 hit points out of 70. And is down to 2 first level and 1 second level spell slot. And has 1 point of lay on hands left.
Hey, Kelly. How you doing?
Was saving that in case you needed to get somebody up from unconscious. But as you guys are running through, I need Constitution saves from everybody. You all get a +3 because you're within 10 feet of Vistra.
I don't gotta do shit.
10.
Thank you for the +3.
You're at if you're carrying Mel, so the 2 dwarves, you guys are at disadvantage.
I'm already at disadvantage because I'm exhausted.
That's for ability checks. This is a saving throw.
Well, I rolled at disadvantage anyways.
Okay. Thorin with a 15, Artanis with a natural 20, Donald
10 total with this
10
one.
total. And Artanis 23. Yeah.
8.
8. Donald and also you take points of exhaustion.
I'm just being carried.
As you're continuing to run in pitch blackness, is anybody trying to generate any kind of light?
I mean, I'll keep my sword out.
Okay, so you got your sword out and lit up
Yep.
at what? Torchlight.
Yep.
All right. Obviously it's not emitting light at the moment because of where you are. But you guys
Yes,
continue
wearing
to
the ears.
run. Uh, um, Mel, I sent you a DM just to check that out.
Mhm.
Uh, just to think about in the background. Um, Perhaps someone might be reaching out to you in this dire state.
Oh god.
I'd like if you want to,
Go.
But anyway, uh, as you guys continue to run, you run for another 20 minutes, still in darkness. Do you stop or are you continuing?
Does it sound like
Full
anyone's
speed
been
ahead.
chasing us?
Make a perception check with disadvantage because of your exhaustion.
Can I also make one?
Yes. With disadvantage because of your exhaustion. It's a 12 for Ossel. All right. As far as you guys can tell, you are not being followed. You continue at a run, or do we start to slow down?
What do you think, guys? Slow down?
No. It's
Can't keep
chasing
up
us.
this pace forever. It's not. I mean, the pathway we made through wasn't big enough for a dragon to get through, right?
It was trying to reach its it could when you looked back, um, uh, it was like it would look it like moved down and you could see like a big eye looking through as it kind of like turned its head a couple times, like a couple claws or fingers came through and were like scratching, but it didn't seem like it was big enough for it to fit through. But it was also impacting the wall pretty hard, and you're not super like intelligent on like structural soundness and stuff, so you're not sure if how quick it might or might not be able to get through.
Keep going.
Yeah.
All right, excuse me for 1 second. So did you? What was the decision? You guys starting to slow down, or are you continuing at the pace,
I think
the
we're
high
running.
pace? Keep running. All
Yep.
right, then I'm gonna need another set of Constitution saving throws with a +3 because of Vistra.
That shouldn't be at disadvantage. It's a dirty 20.
Hey, Bill, I forgot about Vistra's thing. That brings me up to 15. Would that have met the DC previously or no?
15, that would meet the DC, yes.
Okay, cool.
So if you got at least a 10 or higher, you're good. As you continue running, if not, you take an additional point of exhaustion. Um, As you continue to run, Donald, I believe that means you take an additional point of exhaustion.
I shouldn't have had disadvantage on that. So that's a
Okay.
dirty 20.
Okay, so then you're good. Never mind. As you continue, the edge of your dark vision, you begin to see that this narrower tunnel that you're in, that's similar to the one that you were coming in. That's kind of like what we were talking about before, like 2-lane highway with a median kind of width. You can see that it begins to open up into a slightly larger chamber.
Is it,
Yeah, I think we should stop here, guys, and take a catch our breath.
You're still in darkness. The blade light hasn't lit up yet.
Thing's right behind us.
do we think it's right behind us?
Thorn
It's
definitely
been
thinks
hunting
right
us
behind
this entire time.
Yeah, but it's also a big dragon, and it had a tiny little door to bust through and get through, and then it has to bust through this thing.
Are you running into
Inside
the
magic.
open room, or are you guys stopping?
I mean, it busted through the last. Let's keep going, I guess.
So you said the tunnel that we're currently in is the width of a 2-lane highway?
With a median, yep.
Would that be large enough for a dragon to move through?
You don't know. You've never seen this dragon's full size before.
We saw its eye fill up the fucking 15-foot door that we walked through last session.
Here, it's this
Where's
tunnel.
Larkin?
This tunnel, this tunnel appears to be the same size as the tunnel right before entering the crossroads, and it seemed to be able to move down that tunnel. So,
Let's keep going.
It's gonna eat us.
as you guys continue to run, you charge Mel, still in your captured state, kind of just not being able to do anything but stare.
This is a short rest, Bill.
Stare
He's
into
relaxing.
stare into the inky blackness once it gets beyond your 60-foot dark vision. Once you guys enter this slightly larger area, your arcane blade, Artanis, begins to emit light.
We have made some progress. He seems to be behind us.
It must be moving away from us. Or no, the crossroads was okay.
As you come in, it appears to be a relatively blank area. You look down and notice that the analogy we're using of the 2-lane highway seems kind of apt, as there are 2 sets of mining cart tracks that seem pretty old and unattended for like eons. As you come into the area, everybody can make perception checks. As your arcane blade begins to emit light. If anybody else wants to start creating light, you may.
I rolled a natural 20, but it's a disadvantage.
Sag.
Looking around, Ossel and Donald, the two of you kind of taking in the surroundings, you can see that this looks like some sort of way station or track switch for mining carts. You think that you're starting to get into the more industrial mining area of the halls. There are some dilapidated in various stages of decay mine carts. Some of them on the tracks, most of them off, spilled over. In certain areas, you can see piles of broken stone. The air is still in here, and you can. Who had the Ossel or Donald? You had disadvantage, yeah. So, Ossel, you notice off just at the edge of the dark vision. You begin to see. You can see what looks like one of the goblin archers you faced in the Chamber of Mazur Bul one of those creatures. It's lying on its belly, face down, draped over the one of the mining cart tracks. You can not quite see, even with your torchlight, to the other side of this larger area. And it also appears to have equipment, old and beaten up scales for weighing and measuring, and it looks like this was some sort of weigh station and track switch area. And
Am I holding the footsies or the head part of Mel?
that's up to you.
I'm gonna say the footsies.
Yeah, I'd probably be holding the shoulders.
Yeah,
'cause that's
so
probably the
I'll just
heavier
drop
part.
the fucking Iron Maiden. And
Hey! The hell is your problem?
Or you're able to catch and collect the weight. You're more than strong enough to take Mel's whole weight.
Oh yeah, it was just
is there like a little mouth slot,
weird.
like a little? The wizard is not here. Go away. Is there one of those?
There is, but it's not openable. Like there is just a rusty iron band across her mouth.
Oh, I just go, ooh, sorry, and then I fucking I'll go inspect the gobbo.
Expect the gobbo.
Yeah.
Make an investigation check.
While she's doing that, I'm gonna see if I can try to ritually squeeze in and identify on the bands.
Okay. Uh, 14. Excuse me. You walk over. It still has garb on it, like some shitty patchwork, like leather armor. There is a broken bow on the ground next to it. You're not exactly sure how long it's been here, but it's definitely not super recent. But it's also definitely not decayed enough to the point where you think it's from like eons ago or anything, because there's still flesh, a decent amount of flesh on it. As you spin it over, at this point you're not able to identify what may have killed it while it's on its stomach. So when you flip it over, you start from the feet and you're kind of looking up. You don't see any like wounds or defensive wounds or anything on it. But when you get to the head, you can see that there is like there's a hole in the forehead of the skull.
Oh, damn it!
Oh, a well-placed shot.
Probably about like
Probably about quarter size, right?
more like half dollar
Oh,
or
nice.
silver dollar sized.
All right. Nothing of value.
Yeah, actually, maybe even a little bigger than that, like the size of a small lemon, or like a small kiwi.
Nice.
Having flashbacks. God.
I don't remember anything about this, guys. This is a whole new character.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, this is that's a well-placed shot.
Having flashbacks to isekai. That's how this goes, right?
All right, cool. I just dump them in one of the carts. And
You don't roll high. You didn't roll high enough to see inspect the inside. So
yeah, no, you're good.
It just looks like
Yeah,
like
it's
a
just- it
well
looks like
placed,
a-
probably
yeah.
like a sling, probably wound, like a very powerful sling, stone.
Yeah. I just head back towards the group.
The wound shape though is weirdly like almost perfectly circular, which is a little weird. You'd expect there to be more like cracking and spidering
All right.
like around it, but who knows? Goblin, the physiology. You're not an expert on the physiology of this creature either, so.
I mean, goblins are my favorite enemy.
Are they
like
one of your
this
favorite enemies?
No, just not this one.
Oh.
I only have one goblin as my favorite
One
enemy.
particular goblin is your favorite enemy.
Yeah.
I hear his name is Blurt.
He's got a horrible mustache.
But that's what you find over there. There's also 8 bolts or arrows, whichever in its quiver, that are usable. They're just mundane bolts or arrows, though.
Oh, bolts take. back to the group.
Artanis, you finish casting your ritual identify, and I'm going to assume Karun knows or can look it up, but they are the iron bands of Bolaro.
Does it happen to tell me what the keyword is?
It does not.
Okay.
Tells you
And
what
that's
they do and not what the current command word is, because you can set it to whatever you like.
Well, unless we can figure out this command word.
abracadabra. Did anything happen?
Nope.
Well, it was worth a shot.
Did they hear a sigh coming from inside?
Yes. Just like the most like the eyes are just like narrow and just like, oh god, fucking kill me now.
Oh, wait, I have another idea. Alakazam. Anything happen?
Mel,
Mhm.
would you be so kind as to join me in secrets real quick?
Oh god.
What did I just
So-
say?
Once again.
What happened while I was gone?
Go.
I don't know if I'm ready.
Well, we'll see. You can only look in one direction at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're looking, you see what looks like shapes begin to form in the shadows. And a face appears. It is a feminine face. It is cut very like Wonder Woman-esque. Um, uh, uh, as they begin to emerge from the darkness, none of your compatriots seem to react to it, so you don't think that they are able to notice what's going on right now. Make a religion check for me.
12.
12. From what little representations you've been able to see, do you think that this figure reminds you of Nike?
Okay.
They're wearing a breastplate. There is a sword sheathed at her side. She has a ornate helm that's kind of not quite all the way down. It's kind of sitting on the top of her head. There's a shield slung across her back with a quiver and arrows you can see sticking out. And she kind of steps forward with this tall, very proper posture, and looks at you and says, "In a bit of a predicament, are we?"
I'm just kind of staring. Mhm.
He says, "You can just think it. I'll get it.
Seems that way.
You are quite the warrior when you're not chained up like this."
Guess that's a matter of perspective.
I've seen what you can do. It's rather impressive, even without weapons in your hands. That's newer, though. You can say hi to your friend for me. I know she's there.
Guess Nike says hi. Just awkwardly.
She says, "Oh, that's interesting," Creo says. And says,
That's amusing.
I mean, I'm not one to push anything on people, but kind of alone and in the dark right now when it comes to powerful cosmological beings that want to fuck you up. Take
Yeah.
that advice for what it's worth. You know, there's a lot to choose from, so don't. But Nike pipes back in and says, you know, I know you have a bit of a grudge to settle with some people. And I'm a big fan of winning. I think you are too. As a matter of fact, I think you're such a big fan of winning that you hate to lose more than you enjoy winning. That's good drive. You also seem to have a flair for adventure. I like that too. Through adventure, competition can be found. Through competition, greatness is cultivated. And through victory, greatness is revealed. Think about that. And when you get tired of doing all of this on your own, or if you think we could help one another, just reach out. I'll know. And she disappears back into the shadow. We can go back to
Okay.
now. So as you guys are standing around, what would you like to do?
Fuck!
Oh, we've been shouting
really
command
bad when
words
it comes to
at Mel
gods.
just to see if the bands come off.
Anything worth mentioning that you think you might want to tell me?
Hecate?
I apologize to Poseidon, and I go, Hail Hestia. No? Alright. Undead are cool. No? Alright.
Hercules is the best. No, I didn't think that'd work.
I'll just like focus elsewhere for a few moments while they're doing this.
Yep.
Like
You can hear all of this in the background. This is kind of like you're able to tune this out, and it kind of is like
I would
the
hope
Charlie
so.
Brown
Yeah,
adults.
that'd be awkward.
like the Charlie Brown adults after a minute for you.
Open sesame. Open cayenne pepper. Open. I start going through spices.
Nothing seems to happen, Artanis.
I'll kind of pace around thinking, but can I go over and look at the goblin with the hole in its head? And
I don't know. Did you mention it, Ossel?
I did. I mentioned there's a very good archer nearby, and they had a very precise shot.
All right. So while these two are yelling potential command words at Mel and her
We're
iron
yelling
prison.
obscenities as well.
You wander over to the creature, this goblinoid creature that's a little bit bigger. The brow's a little bit more pronounced.
It's hard because I don't know if she wants a god right now. She just got fucked over by one.
A little bit thicker. There's
I wasn't even thinking about gods
as
for
you
her
look
yet.
down at it, you notice the hole in its head or the wound that Ossel mentioned.
Do I see an arrow anywhere nearby?
Make an investigation check.
26.
26. You do not. As a matter of fact, it looks like Ossel cleared out this creature's quiver as well.
Well, I meant like an arrow that would have caused the hole.
You don't see that either.
Does there seem to be any like brain matter or anything spilling out of the hole?
What did you get again? A 26?
26.
26? No. As a matter of fact, if you bring your blade down to get a little bit better light and are willing to stick your finger inside the hole, it appears to be empty and hollow.
Its brain is missing. I don't think an archer would do that.
They were hungry enough, they would.
Also, you hear as Artanis is kind of standing over the goblin that you were inspecting earlier, he says, the brain is missing.
The brain is missing. And I'm shouting it at Mel, trying to get open the thing.
Yeah, nothing happened.
The brain is missing, and then
No. This goblin's brain is missing. I
Sorry,
wasn't.
what says says Vistra?
That's. I mean, I could try it. This goblin's brain is missing. No, it didn't work.
No,
Not a command word.
Oh, all right.
This
Also, wouldn't
goblin,
you?
who you said was shot by an arrow from a very good archer, there's no brain inside its skull.
Ew.
I mean, like I said, maybe somebody was just really hungry.
Wouldn't they have smashed its head open if they wanted to eat the brain?
or eaten the rest of it first. That's easier to get to.
The brain is a delicacy.
Yeah, that doesn't
Sometimes
make any sense, Thorin. Vistra says.
sometimes you
Why would
just-
you eat just the brain?
because it's a delicacy. It's
I've literally never heard
Goblin
that.
brains?
This
don't make
hole
the
is very
rules.
small. Taking the
I don't-
brain out through this hole would not be very efficient.
And they haven't
don't know
invented straws yet.
I don't know what lives down here. Well, how do you even know what a straw is if it's not been invented?
Oh, the nosebleed. The nosebleed starts.
Exit the Matrix for like 5 seconds.
Do we
Sure.
know of any creatures that eat brains?
There are lots of creatures that eat brains.
In particular that might hunt like this? Question mark.
Your exhausted selves can make
Sure, Vistra would know what it is. Like being down here all the time. Like she'd have a really
necessarily. No one's been this deep in the halls since before the Titan War. Even Rangrim only got to the crossroads.
All right, so I'll look at Vistra. I'm like, all right, what are there's
And that
got
was
to be
like
some
300 years ago.
there's got to be some kind of monster story or some kind of myth about a monster coming out of somebody's skull. Come on. You've
You
been
guys
down here
can
for a long
make,
time.
I'll say, intelligence checks if you would like to.
Nope.
Another natural 20 wasted. What the hell?
He's got
What the
brain
hell?
worms. You don't have brain worms where you come from.
Dirty 20.
Dirty
Roll a
20.
9.
Um,
This sucks.
see if Vistra. 19. You are, I believe you got the highest, right, Artanis, with a dirty 20?
I think so.
There are lots of creatures, both natural and magical and otherwise monstrous, that eat brains. Generally speaking, the skull isn't intact afterwards, but you're unfamiliar of anything. You've never seen anything like this before. And Vistra says that she's unfamiliar with this kind of a wound as well.
Well, whatever did this, it was done with precision and intent.
Vistra says there's not even any defensive wounds on the creature. Like, it just let it happen. Whatever happened.
Well,
Well,
that's
what about mind
not
controls?
surprising, but exactly. We've seen.
You
What was
hear,
that?
you guys hear more mumbled words coming from. You're not sure.
Can I go take a look at
Staring
these
at
bands again?
Thorin. Or trying to. Can't move the eyes much.
Are there any
Giving them
particular like runes or symbology on the bands themselves?
They are rusty iron bands.
Can I try Attilis and Agrippa separately as command words for the bands?
You do, and nothing happens.
Fuck.
Wait. I got an idea. What if it's in a different language?
Melon.
The hell
Gain
word
one
is that?
piety, but it does not work.
What kind of word is that, Artanis?
So these were thrown on by the
Elvish for
cleric,
friend.
right?
I'm sorry, say that again, Artanis.
The cleric is the one that used these, right?
No, Portia did.
Of course, yeah.
Oh.
You guys gave her no choice when you cast silence, and she couldn't use any of her magic, so she had to use what she had available to her.
Yeah, bitch. I just start digging through my bag and I pull up my crowbar and I'm just like, I'm just gonna start breaking it off.
They're magic. It's not gonna work.
You can certainly
Okay,
try.
let's
Also,
try.
I fuck.
That should have been a disadvantage. That bitch.
it's going to be a strength check. If you're not exhausted, are you?
No.
Then
I thought you were.
the crowbar, I believe, will give you advantage.
That's
Wait,
right.
didn't you already do it?
It's DC 20.
The monkey did it.
Okay.
Oh, the
that's
monkey
different.
tried to rip it off
Yeah, the
Yes.
monkey failed.
and failed, so you can't
Mm.
try again for 24 hours.
All right, so I begin to yank on the bar and fucking yakety sackers are playing in the background, and I was like bouncing on it, and I'm fucking hell, it's tight. And that's it.
Also doesn't seem to be having any effect.
I'm gonna try Emperor Agrippa.
You say Emperor Agrippa, and nothing happens.
Okay. All right. If my language thing is a thing, what's the most common language other than common in the Empire?
In the Empire, make a
Yeah.
intelligence check. Or a history check if you'd like, if you're proficient.
Am I? I am not. It's a -1, so 2.
You don't know.
I was generally asking.
Yeah, yeah. But you don't know, so you ask. We'll see if anybody else.
Does it look like Mel is like just cursing in frustration, or she's like actually trying to express something?
Make an insight check. I'll let you, based on the score, answer, Mel.
17.
Just trying to say a sentence. It's just difficult.
Yeah.
Just trying to look more at Thorin.
All
Does
right.
Thorin notice this?
No.
I am going to use my 4th level. Wait, let me just double check the language on this real quick. Answer in a like mind immediately. I am going to cast Sending to Mel.
Okay.
What are you trying to say?
You're casting it with your 4th level spell slot that you have left?
Yep.
Okay.
This better be good, because I've got no more magic to cast this again.
Then we have to do long rest.
Wasn't what I was going for, but can someone just fucking break this shit?
Yeah, we're trying.
No, literally break it.
You guys hear Biero say just out loud, "Yeah, we're trying," because he can't respond via sending.
God.
Thorn hasn't taken a crack at it. Thorn, do you want to try?
What do you want me to do?
Try to
Break it.
But if I do that, I might hurt her. Would I? Would,
Make an insight check, Thor.
yeah. Okay. That's
With
pretty good.
disadvantage because you're exhausted.
Yeah. Okay. That's a 17.
17, Mel.
Just fucking do it.
We could try
She give you-
dropping her
she
from a
gives you-
great height.
Start
You
pulling
just-
out my smithing tools.
She just gives you those eyes of like, fucking do it already.
I take out my smithing tools and I'm just like, hey, you said do it. And I'm just going to start hammering away with a chisel to see if I can break it.
Make a strength check. You have
That's
to get a DC 20.
I'm a rage.
Okay,
So
you
I
go
can
into a
roll it.
rage. It's a straight roll. You start to rage chisel.
So that is a 16.
Total?
Hang on. Yeah, it's a 16.
Okay. Did you want to guidance him, Donald?
Please.
Yeah, I'll guidance him.
Roll a d4 and hope you get a
Aw.
4. Hope you get a 4.
If I can grab the dang thing.
Aren't they
I
the
got a 4.
worst?
Let's go.
All right, so that's a dirty
Hey!
20. So after it takes a minute, and you're struggling for a while, and you start to get legit frustrated, Thorin, until
That's
you
when the
go into
rage
your
kicks
rage.
in.
That's when the rage kicks in, and you're just like fucking and you just grab it and start ripping. And as you rip it and toss it, it begins to like disintegrate as it hits the ground, losing its magical and just rusts into nothing. But Mel, you are
Oh,
free.
for fuck's sake.
That fucking thing was annoying.
No fucking shit.
How are you doing?
That was
You hear
bullshit.
Mel, you hear a familiar voice in the back of your head that just says, "You didn't need me this time."
Let's see. All right. She's gonna like try to get up and just like push the shit off of her. Ugh.
Yeah, you get up, you kind of brush off
Just
the
like
last remains of the iron bands. As they hit the ground, they kind of just rust into and disintegrate into nothing.
and just spits a bit of like the rust shit. Prestidigitation, somebody please. God.
I give her a prestidigitated tetanus shot.
Thank you.
But you are freed from your shackles, Mel. You do have a little bit of a cramp in your leg from being stuck like
Yeah.
that for a
I'm gonna
while.
stumble up and just try to get
But-
rid of the Charlie horse. Like, all right, what do we
Yeah.
got?
All right. So is it safe to say we need to go to sleep?
No, we just found something. We're right next to a body where something ate its brain. How old is the body?
Make a medicine check. Are you gonna guidance yourself?
Yeah, 16.
16. Older than a week, younger than a month.
Correction, where we found a body of something that's not a not super old body. Of something that might try and something that might come back.
Well,
Well, that doesn't change if we just keep going. So either we rest here or we push on exhausted and weak and hope we find a safer spot to rest.
yeah, that doesn't sound like a good idea at this moment because we might
Hope
run into
that
something even worse.
Balrog doesn't bust through and start coming up behind us, Vistra says.
Well, even if he does, we're not going to be able to outrun him.
Yeah, we're probably just gonna get eaten at that point. I mean, did you say out loud that you were out of spell slots?
Oh,
I've only got first levels left.
Yeah, did you say that you were pretty much out of spell slots?
I believe he mentioned it when we were
Yeah.
when you guys were checking in with each other, i.e., exchanging hit point totals and shit.
So I look at him, I was like, well, he said he was out of spells, so I mean,
Your arcane reserves are low, Artanis.
Yeah.
and I'm running on E and fumes. And yeah, I got like maybe one rage left.
Vistra says, "Are you okay? That Centurion. That looks like he took quite a bit out of you."
I'm doing great. I'm great. We're doing good. And I'm like thumbs upping the opposite way.
Yeah. Yeah, and Thorin looks like he just went 15 rounds with Mike Tyson.
And thinks he was winning, but
Got like one of his
absolutely
eyes is like swelled shut. He's got cuts all over him that are bleeding fairly profusely.
he smiles and it
He's
doesn't
got a
even
bunch
look
of
like he's
dried
smiling.
blood. Yeah, he's got bloody nose. His nose looks broken.
Honestly, I think one way or another we're at risk of being in danger. best to try to get healthy sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Can you put up that dome of yours?
Yeah. Unless there's any further objections, I'll start casting the dome.
You start casting the dome. It doesn't appear to be any other further objections. While Artanis is taking the 10 minutes to do that, where exactly would you like to place the dome? Just in the middle of the room, or do you want to go off to a corner, or
Right where that goblin is.
right over the top of the goblin?
Yeah,
Or
right
core
over
of
the top of the goblin.
We're still near the entrance to the more narrower
Yeah,
tunnel,
you're
right?
you're still within visual of it.
Then I'll do it back just within that tunnel. As the closest thing to a little bit of cover that we have.
Okay. While he's taking the 10 minutes to do that, is anybody doing anything else, or are you just kind of chilling, trying to collect your thoughts?
Is Thorin still wearing his coat? Like his winter coat?
No, I think he would have put it in his pack at this point. So he's pretty much just like cut off, pretty much kind of like what I'm wearing, just like cut off shirt.
Yeah, like a little cut-off tunic
Yeah.
or
Oh.
ripped-off sleeves. Fuck,
Oh,
cut
yeah.
off, ripped-off sleeves.
He just flexes and the fucking sleeves just.
Yeah.
Ah, that's better.
Thorin, can I borrow your coat for a minute?
You're not gonna get it dirty, are you?
Nope. I promise I will give it right back.
You're not gonna clean any of.
Nope. It won't even leave my hands.
I reluctantly give her my coat.
Okay.
I take it, I ball it into a knot, I shove it into Thorin's chest, and I fucking scream as loud as I can. I try to get all my frustration out, and I just right into Thorin's chest, right in the middle of this coat.
Oh, you're trying to muffle the. I get you.
Yeah.
Scream therapy.
It would.
I give Thorin a big hug while I do it.
Thorin, it would appear that Osel is a bit frustrated.
No insight check needed.
No insight check needed for any of you.
Yeah.
I think you might need to roll just maybe. No.
Viscera leans over to you, Mel, and says, "I think she's a little frustrated."
Yeah, no shit. Seems to be going around today.
As soon as she is done, and she hands me back my coat. Did you get it all out? Feels good, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it feels like all the time for me. He says it with a big smile, even though it's like looking at a Bell's palsy kind of person. That you can't really tell he's smiling.
Yeah, because his face is just so fucked up.
Yeah.
Like one eye's swollen shut, his lips cut, he's bleeding out of his nose. His nose is busted.
He's like full sloth right now. He's like,
Yeah.
everything is great for me, guys.
Yep.
Yeah,
But he's so happy. He's so happy. For some reason, he's happy.
All right, thank you. I needed that.
Yeah. Anytime. He puts it back in his coat. Or in his bag.
I'll take first watch. I appear to be the least bloody of all of, I think, everyone.
She says, I'm not too bad. I can stay up with you.
All right.
If I'm looking okay, I'll take the last one. But if not, just let me sleep.
You guys gather, unless there's anything else you'd like to do before this, you can stop me, but you gather inside the dome. As you all begin to lay down, trying to clear your heads, the elves going into their trance, the rest of you trying to get some sleep as Osel and Vistra sit up.
I'll also do
the hearth.
Hearth of Moonlight and Shadow, yeah.
For sure. So any was that perception checks are at +5 and
And stealth
and
checks.
stealth checks, yeah.
And no flames can be seen from outside. Blah blah blah.
For sure. Anything you want to do on your watch also, other than watch?
Um, it's Vista right that's up with me.
Yep.
Are we outside the dome? We inside the dome?
It's up to you.
All right. I'll do a perimeter outside.
All right. As she sees you do that, and she goes essentially in the opposite direction. Says, "I'll meet you around the other side." Okay. You guys walk for a bit. You make a perception check for me. I'll make one for her. She's actually not super perceptive, but she is going to use a couple of her divine senses throughout. And doesn't shout anything, so apparently nothing. It doesn't trigger anything. Her divine sense beacons. Also 14.
Yep.
Excuse me. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Feeling a little under the weather. You guys meet on the opposite end of the chamber
no,
after
he has
kind of
the
like following
COVID.
the opposite walls. You can meet up. She says, "I didn't see nothing."
Yeah, me neither.
That's good, I guess.
Yeah, no news is no good news. At least-
Hey, she kind of looks. She says, "Have you looked down here yet? Because you guys are at the opposite side where the tunnel keeps going. This looks like more of the same."
No, I haven't. I'd rather not walk around with whatever the fuck did that, wandering.
Yeah,
Normally I would go, but
that's weird. I've never really seen a wound like that before.
well, the smart one said that I was wrong, so I assume he would know what it is, or I don't know. I don't want anyone who slurpee someone's brain.
Do you think that's what happened?
I don't know.
I thought
maybe elves.
I thought your brother was just joking about the eating the brains thing.
I mean, you know, he's sharp as a box of rocks. So.
Well, blunt objects can be useful.
Are you a little bit disappointed?
In what?
I thought it was going to be romantic, like getting to the crossroads. Like being the first dwarf to make it that far since Fogrim.
Honestly, no. I've been terrified of this mission for quite a while now. I'm shocked that we're still alive, to be frank with you.
So you have a death wish?
No. Of course
Doesn't
not.
sound like it. Sounds like you just said there's certain death and you decided to go.
I think what we might be able to find is worth the risk. If it really can do what you and the others say it can do, I'd happily sacrifice myself to procure that for our people.
I don't understand you at all. I don't. The whole living underground, the whole constant fighting, there's so many more options. You could have chose. I guess everyone needs to make the choice.
As opposed to what? The living above ground and the constant fighting?
Yeah. There's people. There's sun. There's trees. There's animals.
I've made lifelong friendships and family in the Victorious Dead. I know those people I serve with better than I will know anyone ever.
Maybe it's more the same than it is different.
I imagine you feel the same about your shipmates.
No, usually they die. We had a guy that he killed, Small Steven, Big Mike. He basically slaughtered our whole. Oh, and he took our goblin. Not that goblin, but our goblin.
Oh. The amount of time you know someone is not the important part. Every one of my compatriots, my comrades that I've lost in this fight, have left an impact on me, and I carry that with me. They're in the halls of our ancestors now. One day, if we succeed here, I can commune with them again at the ceremony of the dancing lights.
I'm really glad you see it that way. I really am.
I don't understand you.
Why?
You have so much contempt for our people.
I don't believe I do.
I've not heard you say a kind word about a dwarf since we've interacted with one another.
Because you're kin, you're family. I honor you the same way I honor every dwarf. I think.
You don't seem to have much respect for our leaders or the sacrifice that my compatriots and I make down here.
I mean, I was speaking personally for you, but maybe I thought I didn't fit in. So I don't know whose side to be on anymore.
The majority of the victorious dead are black sheep and castaways. But we make a family here. What we do, I mean, I don't want to speak for myself. What they do is one of the greatest acts of kindness I can imagine doing for our people. The courage of their sacrifice is often forgotten by those that see the sky.
Oh, that's what it is. I got it.
I don't think you do, but
No, I do.
what is it you think I'm saying?
I should have been down here. I should have picked to stay down here. And I left. That makes me
Oh.
less than.
What an incredibly backwards way to interpret what I was saying. We understand down here that the reason we're able to operate down here is because of what you and your shipmates do, and we have respect and honor that. I only wish you saw as much honor and uh, uh, had as much respect for what we're trying to accomplish down here.
I like that you doubt me, yet I stand next to you. Like I'm not doing the exact same thing you are. Like I haven't put my life on the line the same as you have.
Not only that, but you have a new home to think about now. With your own motivations and uh,
That's right. I mean, dwarves come first, right?
stop pretending like you're down here for our people. I know exactly why you're down here.
Vistra don't like you.
That's fine. You know, Vistra, I do respect you as a warrior. As a person, maybe a little bit less. Keep your eyes open.
I don't want your respect. All I want is to make sure that you and your compatriots keep your word. Perhaps the amount of time you've spent down south has bogged your memory about how important that is to our people.
Also doesn't respond.
You guys make your way back on opposite sides of the chamber, making another round. You get back to the dome as your watch comes to an end.
I don't know who's next in order.
Whoever would like to be.
I guess Mel and Thorn, right?
Was it Mel?
I said I'd do last watch.
Because the guys
and-
can't. They can't break their trance though, right?
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
yet.
you go ahead, wake me up.
All right, so Mel and Thorin, you guys are woken up by Vistra and Ossel. Your retainer gets up with you, Thorin, as you guys begin your watch. Vistra kind of shares a glance with you before before laying down and closing her eyes.
That's fine. I'll cut a bitch.
Can I sense that tension? Do
yeah,
I sense
just
that
like-
tension, or am I like super
Insight.
tired?
Insight checks.
Insight.
Okay, not
15.
Bad, not bad. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. I'll let Ossel answer.
Yeah, you can tell there's some words thrown back and forth, but
I give also a very concerning look of like, yo, don't kill her. We need her.
But Thorin and Mel, you begin your watch. Is there anything you guys would like to do during your watch other than watch?
So this is kind of the first time we've ever like had alone time, just you and I. It's weird, isn't it?
Well, I wasn't gonna say it, so I guess yeah, it is now.
Krios
Yeah.
laughs in your head. No.
Yeah. Well, that offer that I said on the boat still stands. If you ever just want to talk, I'm a pretty good listener, so I know you don't really talk too much to any of us. So I know you're going through a lot, but yeah, I'm just here. I'm here for everybody. This is basically how Thorn makes friends, very awkwardly.
fucking Dr. Phil.
Yes.
Yep.
Gives him a look for a bit. Is kind of thinking. You jump ships on gods, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, I did that.
Does it feel weird? It's pretty quick too.
Yeah, it was hard to explain. Like, it felt like a weight was lifted off of me when I switched. I didn't even really know I switched until, Dommel told me what a lion represents in the Greek pantheon. But yeah, it just felt like a weight was lifted off of my shoulders, and it was more of a bearable weight put on. You know?
What's it like
It wasn't.
lesser of two evils somehow? Feels kind of
No, no. The other one was more like, well, I mean, I like to lift, so
weird.
But
There.
but it was more It's a more enjoyable thing now. It's not. It's not overbearing. It's not something I dread when I wake up. It's not something that basically makes me think I don't want to be awake. I wish that I didn't have to wake up to this stupid bull crap, that I could just go to Elysium early. Like, no, now it's like a breath of fresh air.
You don't think you would have gotten that if you just managed to get out of shit with Ares and that's it?
I probably would have ended up killing one of you by accident. And he says that so matter of factly, like he doesn't even like blink an eye. Like he knows for a fact he would have killed one of you by accident.
Just kind of like thinks that over, like doesn't seem to be on the exact same page as he is in that, but just kind of like turns her head and her eyes back towards the direction that they'd come from. Yeah. Just been trying to think. Feels difficult considering options when you were fucked over before.
Well, I don't know. For me, I felt like I was being chased by mine in a good way. Like, like, like I was put with Ares because it felt like there was something on me, like I couldn't get rid of it. But then this other thing was chasing after me, and it's like it's like I have a purpose. I don't know what that is, but I got a purpose, and this thing wants me to do it. I have no idea what that looks like, but I'm doing it because he's happy. He's not mad at me,
Are
and he's
you?
not telling me to kill anybody. So
No, like, second. Are you okay? That sounds like an abusive relationship either way.
I mean, if we really think about it, any kind of relationship with the gods is an abusive relationship.
You're not wrong.
Yeah. I mean, unless you have a relationship with Hestia, she's probably the nicest out of all of them.
Have you talked to her?
Nope. Have not talked to her.
Then how the fuck do you know that?
I'm just going off of what I learned in school, which is not much.
I'm not surprised. Got it.
I mean, I spent more time in the forge than I did in school. It's not my fault. I'm guessing you're asking because you are in the same position?
Maybe. I don't exactly know yet. It just feels weird. I don't know. I guess the closest term I can think of is jumping ship so quickly. Feel like it's a one shit show into another for some reason.
Well,
But I kind of already got somebody I'm working with, so I guess I'm not entirely alone in it. Even though it just kind of like glances up. That seems like you want me to jump on something.
who are you
I
looking
j-
at?
I just think that you're a little outgunned at the moment and could use a little help. It's a business transaction.
Business transaction. Yeah.
What are you gonna take? You gonna take on the double H by yourself?
Fair point.
Again, it's your body. It's your call. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Are
look
you
at-
talking? Are you talking to yourself?
I told you about this, Krios.
Right. I forgot about that.
She seems to think I'm outnumbered, and she ain't wrong.
I mean, that's kind of what you have us for.
Yeah, but I'm not exactly pulling my weight like you guys are at this point. If all that shit wasn't a good example. Not to mention, at least part of this is probably... I'm not going to say it's my fault, but it's probably partly my fault.
Well, you can always be forgiven. And you can always come back from anything. And I'm sure...
That's... Yeah, I considered that, and then I got fucked over with that prospect, so, it's a little hard to believe, you know?
Maybe do some research into who you trust. Why do you think I spend so much time with my sister? Not only is she my sister, she's one of the only people I can trust with my life. I'm getting there with you guys, but yeah. Most of the time I'm on watch with my sister, and it's because of that reason.
Gotta admit, it's a little weird to hear you say do research after you just kind of jumped ship and you didn't even know it until Artanis explained it to you.
Well, I tried, but I'm not the smartest. Yeah, I mean, you get it. I'm not very smart, but I tried. But every time I thought about it, and he like puts his hand on his stomach. He's like, I could feel it here that it was good. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't have to
Maybe.
question it. I didn't have to question any of it. It was just, this is good. And then I just took a leap of faith, I guess.
Barbarians, so reckless.
Yeah.
You hear in your head.
Who the fuck was that?
Guess I just need to figure out what that feels like. I don't think I've felt it in a long time. Maybe I've forgotten.
Well, start talking maybe to good gods? Because, I mean, Hades, not the best reputation of being a good guy.
Yeah, I got that.
I don't know who you were talking to after that, but by the way it sounds, doesn't seem like you and this other god or goddess had a very good time. So they're probably not nice.
It's not so much that. Guess I'm just being more cautious. Fool me once, you know?
Yeah, I'm kind of a fool. That happens a lot.
It's like he might not be the best, but it's... lawful. Lawful isn't exactly nice.
Well, I can tell you this much. Dommel knows all about the gods. I know very little. So, but I can tell you what it should feel like. Feelings I'm good with. Well, kind of. My own feelings, not so much. Everybody else's, I'm very good with.
There's all that confidence I was expecting from you.
I'd like the two of you guys to make perception checks for me.
Natural 20, 25.
Good, because I got a 9. I'm rolling like crap today.
Mel, join me in secrets.
Oh boy.
Oh, goodness.
There we go again.
Yay.
Where's my... Too many. Too many.
So as you're sitting there having your conversation with Thorin, you kind of glance off to the side, and over by the entrance where you came in, you recognize on the with a natural 20, you recognize on the ground some footprints that don't belong to your party. They look like boot prints.
Uh-huh. And they didn't seem to be there before earlier in the...
Nope, they seem newer than the ones that you guys have been leaving around here, in what little spots where there's been some stuff accumulated enough to leave footprints in.
Mm-hmm.
But there are definitely two distinct separate boot prints. Excuse me. Excuse me. And the two separate and distinct boot prints, one larger than the other. One more masculine and the other more feminine.
Okay.
And as you're staring at them, you watch as another boot print is made next to one of the others.
Uh-huh.
And we'll pop back over to...
Okay.
Well, that conversation got shut down quick.
Oh yeah.
Can't have Bill know that we're onto him.
Exactly.
Mel's just gonna like... You saw that too, right?
Yep. And see what you see.
So, She's gonna just staring at that, and then in a moment the crossbow is out and she takes a shot towards that direction. I was like,
Make an attack roll with disadvantage.
okay. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
We're not alone.
Oh man, really?
Yeah, you watch as it hits and sticks into something. And as that happens, you hear a cry of pain. Your compatriots, you yell, they all wake up. And as you're looking over there, you watch as the female dwarf that was in the combat with you appears, and you watch as a dimensional gateway opens behind her. And she steps back through it with something that has a crossbow bolt sticking out of it and that you can't see, and it closes.
Fuck.
What was that?
Well, that Thorin would know that that was a dwarven bard lady that we were in combat with the previous.
She
Thanks.
looks exactly like this. Just imagine Jessica Rabbit, but as a dwarf.
There's no picture. There it is. Ah, got it.
The rest of you come to consciousness out of your trance.
Fuck.
Roll damage, by the way.
Okay.
So you get sneak attack as well.
Oh.
Because they were not expecting it.
Do I? Because I technically had disadvantage.
I know. You can still have sneak attack while having disadvantage.
Oh, okay.
Advantage is not required for sneak attack.
Huh.
It's just one of the ways you get it.
Thank you, Wednesday. 18.
18. All right. All right. So this happens as you all come to consciousness.
Shit.
Rudely awoken.
What just happened?
Seconded.
The dwarf in the red dress and some other one were fucking invisible walking around, and then they dimensioned out.
Wonderful. We need to get going.
Yeah.
We definitely haven't finished our long rest yet, have we?
No. I think that the elves would just be coming out of their trance, right?
You're muted, Bill.
You are correct. It's getting towards the end of second watch, and the elves are just coming out of their trance. Yes.
Well, we can't do anything about it now. Might as well just go back to sleep. We don't know which way they went or where they went, so deal with it later. That's a problem for future us.
We know exactly where they are.
We know they're behind us.
Maybe not so much anymore.
Yeah, they could be in front of us for all we know now. But
Take a
not
lot of
that far
magic.
ahead.
Take a lot of magic for them to get all of them ahead of us.
Yeah. But the good news is, if they are ahead of us, they're not that far ahead.
Visha, you hear Visha go, huh? What?
Nothing. Go back to sleep. You're fine.
I'll tell you later.
I don't see any advantage in not finishing our rest.
Yeah.
Oh. Did something sneak up on us?
Yeah. Now it's
You're-
gone.
Oh,
Mel shot it.
that's
Mhm.
good.
One of them.
Multiple things snuck up on us?
Friends from before. And she just says
Oh.
friends with like a spit.
Oh.
Mel, the DM described that she had something, and you shot the something, not her. Right?
There were two of them. Guy. One of the guys.
But you shot the bard.
No.
No.
Got it.
It was one of the guys in the party.
Got it.
I saw footprints. And then one got added, so I assumed there was someone there.
All right, elves. I guess it's your turn.
Well, hopefully it was just a reconnaissance and they're not planning to ambush us in the middle of our rest.
I'm staying up.
Hopefully they'll teach him not to do that shit.
No point in staying up. We'll wake you up if something happens.
Yep.
Yeah. Also,
Right.
go back to sleep.
Fine, if we get fireballed in the middle of the night, I'm gonna fucking kill you guys in the afterlife.
We're in the dome. I don't think we can get fireballed.
I
It
don't know
just
how-
says, get your rest. Make sure you need to conserve your strength. As you guys lay back down for a rest, the elves take their watch. Is there anything the two of you would like to do other than watching?
I'm going to be scribbling all the notes that I can about Porcia's party and Balrog and this goblinoid creature missing a brain into my journal. And I'll say to Donal, we're running from a shadow dragon and an elite Empire squad towards these abominations and whatever is waiting for us at the end. We need to start eliminating threats at some point.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. I did mean to talk to you about that.
You have an idea?
Well, we're gonna need to... We need to fight Portia out of a crossroads somewhere where we can actually have the advantage on them this time. So that's one thing. But the other is that next time we fight them, I need you to actually be in the fight.
How do you mean?
I know you aren't thrilled to be fighting Portia. I don't think any of us were. But the entire time we were fighting, you prepared all your spells, you had everything ready. I put protection from poison on you just to be sure, but you stood in the back with me.
Ah. Well.
You're a member of the Order.
You're right. Standing on the edges.
If you're going to stay in the back with me, that's fine. If you're going to go into the fight, if you're going to stay in the back with me, that's fine. If you're going to go into the fight, that's also fine. But you can't make all of your preparations to do that and then just not go. I'll be behind you every step of the way. Like I am for all of us, but especially for you. I'll be there to pick you up if you go back down. So just trust me and do the best you can.
That's a good point. I think we...
Oh, the whole thing was a mess. There's a lot for all of us. But just one small thing.
Well, that's fair. And I suppose between not knowing exactly where Portia was and having my magic countered and not knowing much about our other foes, I hesitated. Having seen what they did to Thorin, I don't think that being smack in the middle of things is necessarily the smart play for me, but if I can come in from the edges and skirmish and land big hits without getting surrounded, I'll do that.
Maybe. Just...
I won't hesitate, though.
Okay. That's all.
Thanks, Donald. That was probably not an easy thing to say.
Easier than you might think.
You forget I'm an asshole.
Sometimes things have to be said. And sometimes... Oh, one sec.
I guess.
And sometimes... Sorry, I have to go for a sec. Sometimes...
Did he go?
Guess so.
I
Yep.
believe so.
Sometimes you
well-
just gotta go.
Sometimes commercial break.
D&D Beyond,
Um,
everybody.
Fantastic tool. uh, yeah, it's
How about them sports team?
how about them sports? How about that sports ball?
Hmm.
But hey, it looks like internet problems fixed.
Yay!
I don't
Why
want to.
the fuck would you say that, Bill? What the hell is wrong with you?
I don't want to tempt fate. Living on the edge.
I think it just used all your piety, Bill.
You're muted, Thorin.
I said, wow, the DMs used up all the piety. Wow, we're screwed.
Don't worry, guys. It's totally not mind flayers.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Oh. It's illithids. Slightly different. That's how that works, right?
Because of the spelling.
Yeah, it's completely different spelling.
Exactly.
And I will make a myth of this, and I will call it Davy Jones, the squid-headed captain of the Seven Seas.
I play with a character that's basically that, so I'm used to this.
Yeah, that was a crazy fight. But you guys, hey, you know what? You guys are alive, and you're closer to your goal than the other guys are.
Are we
And
technically
those are both good
halfway?
things. You're pretty
By
close.
Approximately 500 feet.
You're pretty close to about halfway. Yeah.
Not bad, not bad.
Almost there.
Uh,
I'm sure it'll be totally easy from here on out.
I
All
can't.
downhill on this side.
Thanks.
I can't
thanks.
sing the song, but John Bon Jovi starts playing in the background.
Oh, we're halfway there.
Wait, copyright.
It's fine, it's fine.
So Bill,
Yes.
while Damo's gone, how awesome would it be
Yeah, we got
for the
this. This is
dwarves to
fine.
get this? Like, what would it do for them?
Oh, we'd
What,
be able
the
to take
codex?
back. Yeah, we'd be able to
No,
take
not the
back
code, not just the codex, but like
The halls?
the halls.
It
You
would.
get to have your food again. You don't have to raid for supplies. You learn how to grow your
all
own
the
food
secret
stuff.
all the secret crafting and smithing techniques that were lost to the ages you might be able to uncover down here. You'd be able to recover the fungal farms and help with your food problem. Your domain would expand like double in size. Who knows what other secrets and magical artifacts or historical things of historical importance you could find.
Long story short, big win for the dwarves.
Yeah,
Big win.
big win. Huge win.
So sorry about that. What we find?
Not at all. Not at all. No, we were just talking about other shit.
Okay.
We went to commercial break with you saying sometimes, and now we're coming back for the cliffhanger.
You literally said sometimes and then left.
Bam, bam, bam,
Yes,
bam,
I
bam,
sure
bam,
did.
bam,
Sorry
bam.
about that. Sometimes, we always have to do what's right for our people, right? And sometimes that means saying things that aren't necessarily polite or good. It rarely means coddling people, right?
That's true. That's true.
You sound skeptical of what I was saying.
No. Maybe more on the edge of an epiphany.
Speaking of epiphanies, there's something I've been wanting to ask you about.
What's that?
The items we got from the island.
Uh-huh.
These things supposedly created a storm and held it there for 500 or so years, right?
That's the story, anyway.
Well, I mean, they also stopped the storm when we found them, but I can't help but feel like there should be more to them if they were that powerful.
I'm sure there is. That's what I've been trying to at least uncover about this codex. But whatever secrets it has are tough to crack. But I'm almost positive that there's much more to them than what we know about.
All right. Just wanted to see if you had any ideas on that front.
Well, I know that the elves are eager to study this codex anyway. So once things calm down, it may be worth a trip home to see if the libraries in Telrune and the ancient knowledge there may be able to help us.
Oh, I can't go home.
Yeah.
You'll have to do that without me, I think.
Yeah, that may be best for everyone.
Yeah.
But I think between that and that vision you had when you were being kidnapped by the rock, I don't think that they are unrelated. I think us finding these things, the magic that they have that we haven't unlocked, whatever is beyond the wall, the curse or the bad omens that the dwarves see, I don't think it's all unrelated.
Oh no, we've talked about this before. Fate's done something to mess with all of us. For better or for worse.
Hopefully for better.
Oh, we'll have to see, won't we?
Yeah. Well, step one is doing what we set out to do here and getting out alive. And that means not putting ourselves in a situation where we're fighting Portia, Balrog, whatever eats brains, and whatever's at the Watchers at the same time.
Yep. Should be fun.
That's an interesting way to put it.
Oh, that was very sarcastic.
I sense that.
Good. Anyhow, should get to sleep. Or back to watch.
Yep.
Perception checks.
Ooh. 22.
Ooh, look at the big brain on Brad.
Sorry, I've finished trancing, so that should be a 24.
24. Looking around, you don't. You're more eagerly on the lookout based on what Mel was telling you. It doesn't appear that you have any other visitors, invisible, hidden, or otherwise.
Okay.
As your watch comes to an end, everyone wakes. You gain the benefits of a long rest.
Sweet.
Woo!
Alrighty. So here's, I guess, my question for the group now that we're all up. Portia has to know we're here because the dwarven lady came
Yeah.
and somebody else. do we want to try and ambush them somewhere along this path before we get back to another uh, uh,
Crossroad.
crossroads
Yeah.
and have to fight there?
I've got to step away for a few minutes, but my answer is yes. And a quick mechanical question. Bill, if I were to scribe out a scroll, say for invisibility, would Donald be able to cast that?
Yes, but you do not have anything that you need here in order to scribe scrolls.
Okay, fair enough. I will be back. I am listening. I won't.
Gotcha.
Well, do I have to fight that big guy again?
Somebody has to. I
He's not
don't think
dead.
you'll have to fight him alone this time, but
Okay, that shit wasn't fun. That fucking hurt. I'm a big baby. I'm sorry, but that was not fun. I usually like fighting, but he beat me senseless that I basically became a masochist. That's weird.
okay.
What were you thinking for a trap?
Less a trap, more just they have to come. If they want the codex, they have to come this way. There's no short of, if our map is accurate, short of winding all the way back through the Mithril Forge, or taking a real windabout path going back the way we came. This is the best way forward for them to go to the crossroads, or to the Watcher's Pool.
Unless they got closer overnight, slept nearby, and then did whatever the fuck they did last night to get ahead of us.
What Mel said.
Maybe.
What are the chances that they are ahead of us? Let's actually let's sit down and map this out. How, if they are ahead of us, what are the chances? Are they small or are they a large chance?
Oh, with the bard, Porcia, the cleric, I would say, and I know nothing of magic, really, because none of that's natural. Um, they probably have the magic to do it.
They probably used up all their magic though to do
Yeah,
it,
and they
right?
probably just slept like we did, and then they'll just boof ahead of us.
Well, they're halfway through their sleep, technically, because they did it through halfway through our sleep. So they could potentially have a full day's rest if they are ahead of us by the time we catch up to them, right? Is my math off? Because I wasn't great at math, but does that kind of check out? Am I right about that?
Question: which way did Mel see the dwarven person coming from? Was it behind us or ahead of us?
The footprints came from behind you. They left with a dimension door, so you have no idea what direction.
Yeah, but there's no fucking way they're gonna dimension door. Donald will say this slightly more politely. There's no way they're going to use magic to teleport behind us and then teleport back ahead of us when we spot them. That makes no sense.
Who said they teleported behind us? They were invisible. They could have walked up.
I would know the mechanics of the dimension door spell, right?
Make an Arcana check.
Uh, 19.
Yes.
So the way dimension door works is can only take one other person, and there's a maximum distance of around 500 feet. So
Oh, they're close.
they're close.
So then, if we're gonna make an ambush, we need to do it now, and we need to figure something out quickly because they're coming,
Is there a chance?
or they're already ahead of us.
What was that also?
Is there a chance
We didn't catch them.
like if the mechanics of Dimension Door was explained to us by Artanis, which I assume it was, Is there a chance they didn't go back to their party and we have two of them separated from the rest of the group?
Maybe. I don't know if that's a high percentage thing, but maybe.
I mean, if you were shot and you were panicking, do you always think logically?
No.
I mean, also for her to, we we know that she escaped via dimension door and there was somebody invisible, right?
Yeah.
It means there's a chance she got here via dimension door. So there's two relatively high level spells plus another one that have been burned. So if we manage to find them, they're somewhat weaker than they would be if we found them after they completed a rest.
Unless she already got the rest first. Well, I guess not. Could have gone back to sleep though.
Perhaps.
I don't know if we could see them. That would be helpful. If we had like another pair of eyes. I just wish I knew where they were.
Yeah.
I mean, you could send Ravina. I mean, you could see.
Oh, absolutely
That far, right?
not. No.
Yeah, good point. I mean, last time we sent Ravina out, she died.
No.
So yeah, let's not do that.
Let's not talk about that.
Thanks, Thorn, for bringing that up.
Yeah,
I tried.
yeah, I don't 100% know what comes out of my mouth until it comes out, and yeah, sorry.
I'll say it. The baby. Look at the baby. Look at the baby.
Puppy!
Oh.
Look at you with your baby.
All right.
Your camera is scrambling around like
Yeah,
old
yeah.
school
No,
pornography
You're going
channels from,
creepypasta.
From like the 90s.
I know. I'm trying to fix it. I saw it.
All right, children.
Where's the little baby?
This is
Oh,
so
puppy!
I love him.
Puppy. Um. So,
I mean, if we set up a trap and they've teleported in front of us, then we're in the same position we were before, which is technically not a loss because they have to fight all the things in front of us. If they walk into a trap that we set, we have to fight them. How about the big question? Do we think we could actually win?
If somebody helps me with that big guy, I think I could take him.
If we're not fighting in a spot where Porcia's had time to set up glyphs and Mel gets whatever happened to you, I'm sorry, it was dark and I couldn't see, happened to her, and where we're not stuck again, and where there isn't whatever was going on with the crossroads, then I think we have a not terrible chance.
It wouldn't be easy if she can actually teleport, then she does have access to very powerful magic. But if we at least are at an even playing field, we'll be better off than we were last time. And we didn't do terribly last time, given that they had set a trap for us.
Just note of fact, like me, Thorn, and Vistra can't kill the other dwarf. Just
Yeah.
That's okay. If I get the chance, I'll gladly do it.
I mean, whoa. I mean, uncalled for, but
Yeah. I mean, if they're clanless, by all means, go ahead. But if they're not, please don't.
Mr. says, I don't think we're going to be able to petition the Senate for clanless status for her before we see them again. So
I mean,
Oh.
what?
So what
As
you're
far
saying
as-
is we should probably kill them.
I mean, as far as we know,
you guys hear Vistra say, as far as I can tell, if she's working with them and no one else knows she's down here, no one's going to notice if she doesn't come back out.
Vistra, that's dark. I like it.
Then you
I
can do
mean,
it.
on top of that, I have as far as all the senators knew, this Empire squad is not authorized to be down in the halls, right?
That's they didn't say otherwise. They appeared to it appeared based on what the Brood Iron, I'm blanking on her first name, the Brood Iron senator, where is
I think
she?
it started with a T.
Tordred,
Ha, I was right.
said that they'd snuck in past some guards, and it was past, and it was some specifically Brood Iron Victorious Dead that shared the information with her.
And are dwarves that are not senators allowed to simply elect on their own to bring foreigners into the halls?
Vistra says no,
So they're
very
definitely
much no.
Then what she's doing would amount to treason?
Let me put it this way: if we were able to contact and petition the Senate for clanless status, I don't think we would have to fight very hard. But we're down here and they're up there, and
So what you're saying, Zaratanis has to do the thing he did to me.
Yeah.
no, I don't think that that's gonna do it. She would have to stand before them in person. It's not something. It's very serious. It's not something that's done quickly or lightly.
Yeah.
Well, my point is simply more that, if she were not to make it out alive, but we were to bring back evidence that she was there and guiding this Empire party, would that work in our favor? Or better to just be rid of her and never speak of it?
Well, I mean, if we succeed, we give everybody food, so I don't think they're going to 100% care that we killed one dwarf and gave them a bunch of food.
I mean, we're under the assumption that she was not sent down here by the Stadel senator. Even though they were one of the senators that were working against us, if my memory serves.
They were.
They'll be on the back pedal once we bring the evidence.
If we can bring her out of here, then we might want to try, but as long as we're down here and she's in the way of us stopping Portia from getting the rest of them, I say we try and kill her.
If it's gonna cause an incident, just leave it to me. Y'all don't have to worry about it.
That would be ideal.
All right. Well, if we can bring her out alive, let's do it. If we can't, then okay.
Oh, I mean, I would certainly love to interrogate her.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We can always try, but
Personally, if she never makes it out of here, I don't think it's ever worth talking about again.
Fair enough.
In
Hey.
my eyes, she's clanless already.
Hey, Vistra, I have a question.
Yes?
If you seriously maim another dwarf, say, oh, I don't know, maybe paralyze them, is that a bad thing?
Yes.
I can get in
I
trouble
mean,
for that?
generally speaking, yes.
Well, I mean, can I get in trouble for it as if I were to kill a dwarf?
No, it wouldn't be on the same level as killing a dwarf at all.
Putting that in the memory bank.
Okay, she kind of
That was
chuckles.
fucking dark. Just think of
Jesus.
Thorin like Bane, Batmaning, just like
Just-
doing the knee drop. Just, let's
Yeah,
go on.
Bro, I was driving home today.
I was
and
born in the darkness. You merely.
Yeah, I was driving home
Whoa.
today, and I was
You want
like,
to break
What
first?
tension is
Yes,
there?
yes. Oh,
I was honestly thinking, like, what are some other badass ways I could do something with Thorin? And I was like, oh wait, would this
Monty
be non-lethal?
Python. You could Monty Python Black Knighter.
Oh God,
It's just a flesh wound.
it's all right.
This
Got
just
some
a
brand.
flesh
I got some. I got some branding smite. I could cauterize.
Come over here, I'll bite your bloody legs off.
I wish I had the mug so I could speak into. So if are we setting an ambush here?
If we are, we need to set something up.
Yeah. What do we got? I know we got 2 mine carts, a dead goblin.
Are we gonna
that's about it.
MacGyver this?
That's about it. I mean, I could do a lot with a dead body and 2 mine carts. I can do a ton.
Well,
I'm concerned.
there's quite a few more than 2 mine carts.
I got the
There's
chicken.
probably a dozen of them strewn around in various forms of disrepair.
Artenis, you have force push as a spell.
I wish.
All right, then we'll have to use gravity.
Do you have do you have the things that you set them and they go?
Nope. I do
Damn it.
not.
Damn it!
Mel will reach into her bag and pull out a shit ton of ball bearings.
All right.
Yaggity yak.
We're gonna need some rope.
Thorn pulls out all the rope.
Thorn, you
all
got
the rope.
pythons, right?
Yep.
Or
He pulls
pitons,
pythons.
whatever we
He-
call them out.
Yeah, he pulls them out.
Climbing gear, mine
Pulls
carts.
that out. Pulls it
You
out.
think this is the best spot to set up the ambush? Vistra says.
Our DM senses are tingling.
No.
I
She's
mean,
just.
also spent a good chunk of time last session trying to convince us that there was only one person in the crossroads. Out of character.
Well, so I feel like that was pretty heavily laden with sarcasm.
And
In my words, anyway, last session. But anyway, I say that so as she's in the process of just pulling out the map and spreading it out and just saying, as it appears here on the screen, there's another switch station up ahead. I mean, technically speaking, this is a switch station for mining carts, a cross of roads, if you will.
Oh, God.
It's cross
We all get-
rails. This is bullshit.
We all get PTSD when she says crossroads.
Speak
We
for
need to
yourself.
get away from crossroads and honestly, maybe a little bit further down the road where they haven't already seen us and reconned around where we were. Might be a better place to set a
Fair
trap.
enough.
That too. The next place forward, maybe the next open room forward won't have a track switch and it'll just be a way station.
All right.
That'd
Well,
work.
let me put everything back in the bag.
Set up at the far end of that room.
Potentially, if it's there. Again,
If
no
it's there.
dwarf has been this deep into the halls since before the Titan War.
Right. If it's there.
I will say I am a fan of fighting them on our terms as opposed to theirs.
Yeah, and I
Same.
think this is about as close as we're going to get to that for a while.
Long straightaway.
Long straightaway. Hopefully Balrog can't get in the back way. It would have to take a real roundabout way to get here.
Plus, they can't come at us from any other direction except the one.
And she won't have the chance to set up any more of those glyphs.
Yeah.
Because those, I believe, take a little while to cast.
Oh, I don't know. I don't do that kind of stuff. Vistra says.
David knows out of character. I don't know if he does.
Do druids have access to that spell?
I don't think so.
Then I'm gonna say probably
fine.
not without a check.
Would I know?
You have, I know you have access to that spell, but you don't have it, so it would be a check as well.
Okay.
Arcana.
18
18 plus or 18 total.
total.
Yeah, you are familiar. You've never cast it yourself, and it's obviously not in your book, but you remember Avelios talking about it.
Those glyphs take quite a bit of time to set up. It's not something that they can simply snap their fingers and it exists.
Yeah, he told you it took him a lot. He used it against some creatures encouraging from the Feywild back home. It took him hours to set up the all the glyphs, but it worked. But he told you this. He told you the story as a teaching exercise and how it worked. So
Cool.
Oh, if we're gonna leave this place, I'm gonna like kick away like all the rust dust, from
the iron bands.
the iron bands. Like, oh yeah, this is definitely where we. I know, like they know where we rested, but you know, and then I'm taking the goblin.
Oh, you're gonna take the body?
Yeah,
Okay, you're just slinging it over your shoulder.
that's the plan.
All right. You guys begin. Oh,
He's like what 20, 25 pounds.
more than that. These are much bigger than average goblins. They're closer to like dwarf size.
Oh fuck! All right, well, I said I'd do it.
Yeah,
So I'm doing
they
it.
have a more pronounced lower jaw, more prominent like eyebrow ridge. Um,
So he looks like Thorin.
No,
not
I
quite.
look pretty.
But yeah. Um, you guys begin to trudge down uh, the tunnel. Until eventually, with your light, you're able to see, not that long after, on the edge of your vision, there appears to be um, a tunnel coming off of the main tunnel, turning to your right or north.
I think at this point we keep going straight.
All right, you continue past.
This is a crossroads.
Yeah.
You continue past, following the tracks, continuing onward, and not long after you pass the right-hand turn, you begin to see the opening to the much larger chamber beyond.
Actually, hey, also,
Yeah.
have you seen any signs of them going through here? Like if they did teleport ahead of us?
I'd have to put the goblin down and look. But
Yeah, I'd also like to be keeping an eye
I
out
can
for
take a
those
look.
tracks again, because I saw them before.
Survival check.
I'll guidance also.
Ooh, thank you. $22.
Mel?
19.
19. Looking around, you do not find any humanoid prints, i.e. boot prints. You do find, however, prints that your footprints that you're not familiar with. Also, they appear to be beast-like. They're rather large, not like large creature large, but they appear to be a bit more feline-like, with pads. Um, and however, the front prints appear to be uh, um, not similar to the back prints. They're more of like a Like this creature could go on either 2 legs or 4.
And you said pads like toe beans, like feline,
Yes.
canine. Okay.
Probably clawed.
All right. Cool. I look at Vestra. Do we have any subterranean cats down here?
Cats? Don't think so. Not that I've seen. Other than like the strays that
Oh.
hang out at base camp.
Are they like small or are they like human sized?
They would be classified as like a medium-sized creature.
It's a big fucking cat though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's got to be like either like a big cat or tabaxi type.
Or werewolf. Or
Ooh, yeah.
yeah, the Underdark werewolves.
There,
Oh
wolf.
no.
Ugh. Don't
The
like
shadow
the sound of that.
werewolves.
All right. Well, look out for I don't know, wild dogs or something. I don't know.
Huh.
I mean, to be fair, we see new strange creatures that we've never seen before on like a weekly basis down here, so
That's why I asked you because you're the expert.
yeah. I don't know that I'd call myself an expert, but I know more than the average dwarf probably.
Don't sell yourself short.
All right. Do you want me to go investigate this next room while me and Mel are already going at it? See if it's clear.
Sure.
Let's go.
You guys just walking in? I mean, you didn't say stealth, so I'm gonna imagine you're just walking in.
Well, I'm
You
sorry.
guys,
I will look for traps.
Yeah, I'm always.
Whatever, like we're going into a new room. I specifically check like around the border of the door because that's where my only trap that I've ever encountered has been. So that's what I'm gonna look for.
investigation check.
Natural one.
Natural 1. You're sure you see several
19.
arcane clips on the floor.
Oh, there's traps everywhere.
Mel, what did you get? Sorry.
19.
19. Looking around, you're pretty certain, based on the kind of traps you've encountered already, you don't see anything in the immediate entryway.
I'm just gonna give also a thumbs up on this one. And
No, right there, right there. Oh no, that's a rock.
Yep.
You're right. You're right. I was wrong.
I do one of these and try to very carefully open.
Make stealth checks if you're
Mhm.
going in.
Yep.
And trying to be stealthy.
Woo. 27.
27.
No, sorry, 26. 26.
Oh,
10.
well, in that case.
Yeah.
10?
Yeah. I'm
All right.
I'm still avoiding the glyphs.
Yeah.
Even though Mel hasn't seen them yet, which they will. But I'm like
They will. They'll see them soon.
We'll see.
But you make your way in. You guys can make perception checks for me. Maybe
Not
one of
use-
you a bit
not using
stealthier
that
than the
dice.
other.
Not using that dice anymore. Betrayed me twice in a row.
You just hear in your head, Mel, noisy.
Ah, you're getting it. And just dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
What was it? Stealth?
No, this is perception.
Oh, great. 16, 17, 18, 19, 22.
22. Looking around, you see a very similar setup to the room that you rested in. There are a pair of tracks on either side of the room. Most of the way station-y things and unused carts are down off to that on that little outcropping area. You do see several levers for switching the tracks. As well as you see an additional goblin corpse on the opposite side of the room.
I just give Mel the eyes, and I'll point towards the goblin, and I'll start walking over there.
Head towards the other side to take a look at. Shit, what was there? Was the goblin? There was.
There's several mining carts in various states of disrepair down in the little outcropping area away from the where there's it's a very familiar setup from the one previously. There's different weigh stations like scales with different sized rocks next to them, you imagine, to as counterweights to help measure ore and things like that. As well as back over by the tracks, there's a section of like 5 levers. Two of them look like they're broke off, but you imagine those are for switching the tracks around. It appears that this is also another track switching station in this area. And then opposite of where you came in, just on the edge of the light that you guys have and your dark vision, you can see another one of those goblin corpses face down on the ground.
All right. And I'm just gonna head over with Ossel. Check that out and keep an eye past the dark vision to see what else is around.
As you get over there, it's very similar to the one you found previously. You flip it over and you see a familiar wound on its forehead. Anything beyond that, you'll have to make some sort of check.
Yeah, I'll see time of death, that good stuff.
Medicine check.
I'm just gonna keep an eye past while Ossel does that and try to scope out more of the room.
It's no way. 7.
You're not sure. This isn't really your area of expertise.
It's probably the same. You want to go fan the other ones in? I'll secure.
All right. Head it back over to the door.
You head back over the door, where the rest of your party is waiting for you, without issue.
This way, people in. Keep quiet, another body.
I'll give a nod and follow in.
Following in with much bigger light sources now, all of you kind of contributing arcane blade, torches, light being cast, Vistra's sword being lit up with that silver glow. Looking around, you all see exactly what I had explained previously. It is very similar to the last way station and track switch that you were in. You see the corpse on the ground that is now flipped over onto its back, over by Ossel, who has kind of got her crossbow trained down the opposite end. You see the several dozen mine carts that are not several dozen, probably close to around a dozen, give or take, that are in various states of disrepair. Some of them look better off than others, as well as the scales and the piles of rocks and yeah.
How many goblins have we found, technically?
That's 2 now.
Is this also technically a crossroads, Bill?
Uh, based on the description, you can decide that for yourself.
It is a switching station, but I don't know that much about switching stations.
It's a crossroad.
Well, then, I guess we're not fucking setting up an ambush here.
Is there anything we can do to make it not a crossroads?
I don't know.
Like-
What would you like to try?
Oh,
Destroy the switching station, for example, or collapse a tunnel or something so that instead of there being a crossroads, there's now just one path.
You can certainly try.
You mean box us in here with no escape except through the enemy?
well, there already
Well-
is only one path through here. The only crossroads would be the rails. Can I like tear up the rails using mold earth?
You can certainly try.
I would like to try with the nearest rails to me.
Can you blast mold earth into the chat for me?
I'm gonna find a use for this fucking cantrip someday.
There you
Oh, it's a
go.
cantrip.
If possible, let's try to do it in a way that maybe makes it look like it's a crossroads, but it actually isn't.
There.
You think that there? So Donald, you think that there are more powerful versions of this spell in the same vein that might work better for you, but this cantrip is not gonna give you the results that you're looking for.
God damn it. I'm gonna get some fucking use out of this someday.
Dude,
Unless you wanted to spend hours upon hours upon hours.
No, we'll pass on that.
All right.
when you get a job as the fucking guy who makes the graves on our place, and you could just bury someone within 6 seconds, you're gonna be the most popular guy in the graveyard.
Don't know how I feel about that.
Laying people to rest is a good thing.
The noble thing.
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, poof poof, you're done.
So, we're all done in time for the game. You guys want to go get some food? But you can. What would you like to do?
Hmm.
I mean, technically, if we disable the moving mechanisms, it would not be a crossroads because it'd just be a straight path then.
I start rage taking stuff out of the bag that we need.
Okay. Start rage taking stuff out of the bag.
Also, who brought
I
my
don't
gun?
rage, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah. You start pulling out different tools and smithing tools and shit like that.
Would firebolts allow me to like heat the metal enough to fuse it together so it can't switch?
You want to try
Yep.
it?
There's a particular spell that heats metal. I fucking am forgetting the name of it.
You're funny.
Do you know that spell? Fuck, what's it called?
The one that
Heat
heats
metal.
metal?
That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Got it.
I
Old
had
looking palace
it.
for that one.
So how are you going about this, Artanis?
I am trying to identify any parts in the switch that, essentially the moving parts, and essentially aiming for whichever ones look most delicate.
Make an Arcana check, or not an Arcana check. Just make a check with your spellcasting ability modifier.
You could totally ask a blacksmith if it'll work.
And you can add your proficiency, I'd say. So I guess it would be like a spell attack roll.
Okay, so an Arcana check.
Or that, yeah. It was a long walk, but we got there.
12 plus 19.
19. You start blasting the firebolt cantrip into the mechanisms and the places where the tracks switch, where those mechanisms actually operate, trying to hit weak points and stuff. You can see they start to heat up a little bit. You think with this cantrip that it was. There are other spells in the same vein of a higher level that you think might work better, but with a cantrip, it's not going great.
Yeah, I just
You're not seeming to be able to generate enough heat to maintain the heat and damage it enough that it starts melting. You have to
Thorin,
take,
is there anything?
you have to take
anything you
6-second
can do
breaks in between each time you fire it. So
Thorin, is there anything you can do to disable this?
He looks at what you've done already. He takes out his hammer and he just starts smashing the bits that are hot.
make an attack roll.
I don't know what I'm adding other than my strength. So if I
Strength
was
and
just
proficiency.
22
22 rolled damage.
with what?
What are you using?
My hammer, my blacksmith hammer.
Like your blacksmith hammer, not your
Yeah.
sledgehammer. I'm pretty sure you guys have a sledgehammer.
We do. I have one.
Oh, then yeah, I'll just use the sledgehammer.
Treat it like a maul,
So 2d6.
specifically against these non-organic enemy physical things. Because
The
a
mall
maul,
2d6?
it
Yeah.
is. Yep.
Mhm.
The only thing that's a D12 is a great axe.
Plus 4. 12.
12. You walk over to one of the spots where the mechanisms are that are glowing slightly a little bit heated and orange from Artanis blasting them with a firebolt. And like that one game at the carnival with the little thing in the bell, you big a big swing over your head and bring it down and completely smash the mechanism to pieces.
Did I do something?
You completely smash the mechanism to pieces.
I was talking to Artanis.
Oh, sorry.
Well, if this is no longer capable of switching, then it would seem to be a great stretch to me to call this a crossroads.
I go to use the switch.
You can't. It's jammed. Doesn't work.
Looks like we made our crossroads.
Or lack
No,
thereof.
no, like
Yeah, it's the
that.
opposite.
We uncrossed the roads.
Right. That's what I said.
All right.
Congratulations. Should we continue now?
Do I need to engineer this shit, or are we moving?
I should probably keep going.
I can break more stuff.
I don't
That's
think they're
okay.
looking to put any of the stuff back together.
We don't want to lay our ambush here.
Do you think they're going to care about this room?
No, but they're probably going to come through it.
Fair. Well,
Like if we're going to ambush them, it's here or never. I think.
We're at the Watcher's Gate.
No, that's
while we're fighting whatever's there.
Yep.
No, we just
No.
go. He goes, "Oh, you want that Codex of that? Go ahead, go get it."
So maybe we should invite Balrog there too.
Yeah, actually, I figured we were gonna fight that there too.
Yeah, let's just
it's one big free-for-all.
let's just collapse it all into one day.
And in this corner.
Be
This
a
is
great
the Royal
story, right?
Rumble. That's what this is.
A bunch of spunky assholes against a bunch of evil spunky assholes.
Hey, Vice, how you doing? Always more D&D.
All right. Well, all right. We could take the mine carts there. We could tighten it. We could run. I assume we have your block and tackle still, Thorin, in your inventory.
Yep.
We could use that to hike it up there. We'll make a pendulum. It'll go through the doorway. It'll knock at least the Centurion and maybe the other guy on his ass. That's what I got so far, but we're gonna have to nail shit to the ceiling here and make a pendulum.
Does anybody have any paint?
Why?
Paint can pendulum hits somebody in the face, douses them with paint on their face so they can't see.
You haven't
Home
heard
Alone
the old story of the Home Alone.
I am so disturbed by you, Thorin.
You haven't heard the old dwarven story of the Home Alone.
Oh yes,
Right.
Macaulay of Clan Culkin.
Macaulay Culkin of Macaulay Culkin.
That's not twice.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know which one. I didn't know what family he'd be from. The Fire Forges. He's from the Fire Forges.
Oh yeah, those notorious pranksters.
Yep.
Robot house.
Do we have like spider climb in this group?
No.
As amazing as that would be.
Uh, we have big monkey though. How
Monkey,
tall is the
monkey.
ceilings?
You look up. They are like 40 feet.
Yeah, that would probably work.
Like
You
share
guys
with
want me to
class?
engineer this? All right, yeah, sure. All right, cool. We're gonna take mine cards, python them, and to ropes on for as reliefs. Pulleys use pythons on the top of the ceiling to make a swing mechanism. We're gonna swing the cards through the doorway. I'm gonna set the goblins as a trap. Um, Two goblins, bolts in the head. They stop there. They inspect. We send the paint cans down, filled with nails and shit. Ba boom.
Cans, i.e., minecarts.
Mine cards. I'm sorry for some reason.
Yep.
And we just full on Home Alone this shit. But I have to do it as a stupid fucking ape, which is not the plan. Unless Thorin can get up there with like his climber's kit, that would be even better because he's big strong boy.
I could definitely. I could hoist somebody up there, or I could hoist myself up there. Either or.
That's my crackpot idea. I need you guys to say yes or no because we're on this because this is gonna take a minute.
It's better than any other plan because we don't have any other plan right now.
Yep, agreed.
All right, Thorin, get to climbing then, and haul me up there when you get up there.
All right. Also, do we have anything flammable?
I have alchemist fire.
Checking my inventory.
Yeah. Why don't we put that in the paint, and then when it gets on them, Artanis just fireballs them.
I mean, I have a bunch of oil from the for our hooded lanterns, but
I
Put it
like
in with
that.
the paint. Make them go boom.
Can we put some nails through a board and stand it up in their walking path?
oh, the old pitchfork maneuver. I like it.
Oh my god.
Back to my younger days. That was a full prank right there.
All right, Thorin, if you're gonna climb up, why don't you go ahead and make an athletics check? If you're using a climbing kit, you get advantage.
I am. At a 14. Yes, it's a 14.
Total 14.
No, that's not the total. That would be a 21.
21. All right, you using your climbing equipment and your pitons begin the slow, laborious process of setting up a flat surface climb. As you begin to do so, and do so with quite a bit of ease. As you have done stuff like this before, you scramble your way up the wall until you've got yourself pitoned in, kind of like with your harness kind of like hanging from the ceiling.
All right, I set everything up the way that she instructed me to do.
Make a smithing tools check. A wisdom-based smithing tools check.
Can we
Advantage or
bless
no?
him?
What's that?
Can we try? Dom, can you guidance him?
Sure.
What's the range on guidance?
Touch. I could have guidanced him before he left the ground, but I think it might be too late now.
Unless you want to fly up there.
No, it's only within like a
Nope.
couple
Can't
seconds.
fly.
And but would I get advantage on this one or no?
There's nobody helping you, so
Well-
no.
Well, I thought because I'm proficient with it.
That means you get to add your proficiency bonus.
Okay.
So it'd be wisdom and proficiency.
Oh no!
Come on! Don't say that shit.
It's an 11.
An 11. You follow Ossel's instructions for the most part. Um,
You know what? You know what? No,
uh,
no, it's okay. It doesn't need this extra
you
rope.
think, yeah, you have a couple parts left over, but
I got IKEA furniture. It's all good.
yeah, but it's set up and it's staying for the moment.
Yeah, when I get down there, I basically be like, yeah, I didn't use all of the stuff. So, yeah, I guess we just calculated too much.
Ow. Cool. You want to put it through?
You
a
guys said
touchstone,
you
guys?
filled them. You guys said you were filling the trap with alchemist fire.
I got one thing of alchemist fire.
I know. I'm taking the two goblins. I'm putting a bolt in each one of their foreheads, like I'm a badass.
Yep.
And then covering them, not covering them, but like making a circle around them with the lantern oil. I'll let you tell me how many I lose doing this.
How big of an area?
15-foot diameter.
Diameter? Then 3 things of oil.
All right, cool.
As a ranger, setting up the triggering mechanism, I'm also going to say have you make a wisdom check with your proficiency bonus. You are on the ground doing this, so should Donald actually want to guidance you this time, he could.
Sure. Have some guidance.
Thank you. Oh, fucking amazing. Just wisdom based check?
Wisdom and proficiency.
That's 24.
24. Damn. Yeah, you are very satisfied with how you've set this up. The triggering mechanism is one of the better traps that you've laid in a while. As long as, and you have no reason to think Thorin didn't do well on his end, so everything should go great.
It's like an overcomplicated rabbit snare where you also cook the rabbit.
Yeah. But it is all set up.
And do we have a cart that looks pushable and manageable through that doorway?
Investigation.
Oh yeah, I keep remembering I don't have any other investigation. 12.
12. You find one that looks probably in better shape than the other ones. It has the least amount of pieces missing, anyway.
Cool. I'll just throw a thing of oil. I'll squeak the wheels. I'll throw some oil on there.
Okay. Little WD-40.
Yeah. I wish. All right. I've laid my trap. I'm not sure about you guys, but
Excuse me, I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick.
you guys make your own magic now. I had Home Alone and nothing else.
Oh boy.
Do
This
we
ought
have
to be.
places? Have we figured out places to hide?
I don't know. Bill would show us the map.
I'm not sure Bill has a map for this room.
The map of the impromptu hallway we decided to stop in and.
Yeah, let's go.
We're in the switching station. He's got to have a map for a switching station.
I guess we'll find out.
Mel has ball bearings, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let me check what nonsense I have hiding in my pack from the beginning of the game. Oh, I also paid for ball bearings at the beginning of the game.
Hey.
Hey!
I have a couple of vials. Oh, I have ball bearings too, and caltrops.
Hey! Hey!
You guys go diving through your inventories.
I have a net.
Let's go.
Let's fucking go!
I have 2
See?
vials of acid and 2
Check
vials
your
of alchemist
inventory,
fire.
guys. Come on.
Yeah, I have some alchemist fire and some acid.
I have a hunter's
I
trap. I'm not
also
sure
have
what that is in
alchemist
particular.
fire.
It's like a
What do I
bear
have? What do I
trap.
have? What do I
Oh,
have?
bear
What do I
trap.
have?
I'll set
Yeah.
that up.
Oh, I have a flask of lesser restoration water.
We all have one of those.
Yep. That was from your time with the Maiden Mother. Fighting that stone golem. Another one of Agrippa's little games.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
This individual
Why
sucks.
would you say something like that?
I wonder.
Writing a little bit of a novel?
He's never done anything to you.
Yes, absolutely nothing.
That's not true. Mel got wet.
That's true.
I don't think that's grounds for wanting to kill somebody.
I don't know.
Fish pee in that ocean. That's gross.
Every time you get splashed in the pool, you always have a little bit of upsetness, even though you're all wet already.
So what? So you're setting up your bear trap. Are you trying to camouflage it at all?
Can I use mold earth to camouflage traps that we put on the ground?
You can certainly try.
Yes!
Make a wisdom check, like a spellcasting ability modifier check.
Hey!
Hell yeah.
23. Like burying shallow mines, you are able to quite nicely camouflage. At least the hunter's trap, like the bear, like the little iron hinge, like bear trap immobilizer thing.
Mhm.
You're certainly able to camouflage that to the DC of a 23.
Cool.
See it? By the way, I would recommend writing that number down because I'm not going to remember it for next week.
Cool.
All right. So we had Thorin has quick access up there, right? I assume he used like.
He left his. That's up to him if he left the stuff that, like all the pitons in the way up. If he left it in or took it out, that's up to him.
I'm gonna be.
Do you want me to set a snare net? We could do a snare net, fucking like
Sure, let's do a snare net.
Like Return of the Jedi with the Ewoks.
Yes.
Like a big snare net.
Yes.
And suddenly we're the
You
Ewoks.
could
Yeah,
potentially
I'll,
camouflage that as well, Donald.
Hell yeah! We're camouflaging everything.
You get camouflaged, and you get camouflaged. Everybody gets camouflaged.
Fine.
I finally found something to use mold earth for. I'm so
Hey.
excited.
Yay.
Yeah, live your best
See,
life,
you
man.
just gotta keep looking, man. You just gotta keep looking.
14.
14. All right, so the net has a DC of 14, to notice it.
Okay, cool.
We'll write that one down as well. I would write that one down as well, Donald.
I'm writing all these down.
Thank you very much. You are very helpful to the DM, and you gain a point of piety for it.
Oh, dope.
I would like to.
A meta piety.
Oh, okay.
It's actual piety and mechanically in the game. I'm just saying.
Okay.
So we've laid the goblins out as if we killed them and moved on, right?
Yes.
That's what I believe. Also, yes, was trying
Yes.
to.
So I'd like to tuck a vial of acid into one of their belts, in such a way that it looks like
The goblins' belts.
yeah, in such a way that it maybe looks like we just missed it as we ran past.
Okay. To make sure that
and-
they like grab it or whatever.
Yeah. And I would like to cast Nistel's magic aura on it.
Oh.
So that it appears to be a potion of healing.
Oh! Oh, I love that so much!
Damn.
I love that so much!
Where's that spell
Damn.
from?
That's from your buddy.
Yeah.
That's from Blurt or not Blurt.
Engelbert.
Engelbert taught him that
Engelbert.
spell. Yeah. What's
You
your
know
spell
how we
save
missed
DC?
him.
That'll be the DC for it. To notice. I believe that's how the spell works anyway, right? It's your spell DC to notice if it's not real or not.
It's well. So the way that it.
It's been a while since I've read it.
Yeah. Let me just pop it into chat here. So you change the way that it appears to spells and magical effects, such as detect magic, that detect magical auras. So I don't know that you can overcome it.
Yeah. I guess I'm just curious as to if it would fool and identify.
I mean, it seems to be that it would fool detect magic, which is the same level.
Yeah.
I mean, an identify is a spell or magical effect, right?
Yeah, it is. I would say, what would if someone were to identify it, what would it appear as? As a health potion?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Sure. So I'll say that going forward, that's how we'll do it. You'll say if it is identified, you'll have to tell me what it would register as.
Cool.
Um, uh, um, uh, I would imagine there's some ways to get around it, like if somebody had true sight or something, or foresight
Sure.
or things of that nature. Very high level magic, obviously,
Right.
or other powerful divinations, like if they thought enough to do a commune or an augury or something like that, that might tip it off. But like just casting an identify spell on it, like an identify or a detect magic, it's going to appear as that. It would have to be much higher magic in order for them to, like a legend lore maybe even, or something of that caliber.
That's fair.
Because I believe it's only a second level spell, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
So yeah, I feel like
Okay.
that's fair.
I
Um,
have
Yes.
I have a way to answer the question of whether or not they're going to pass through here, / whether or not they're ahead of us. I would like to cast divination.
Ooh. Do you have that prepared?
I do.
And do you have all the stuff you need for it?
I do. I picked it all up in the
That's
placey
right.
place.
You did
Oh, it
the Sentinel's supply stores.
Yes.
That's right.
looks like it's a ritual, so you don't need
Yeah,
to.
you can cast it as a well. Druids
Yeah.
can ritual cast, right? They just have to have it
Yeah, druids can ritual cast. We just have to have it prepared.
prepared like clerics. Yeah. Um.
Yep.
So mark off the components.
Mhm.
Hold on, let me just read this real quick.
Gonna be real mad if the answer is that they're already past us. But at least then we know.
Yeah.
Well, at that point, all you've lost is time, and you just should have cast it beforehand. But
Yeah.
you started doing this, but that's not that big a deal. All right, word your question.
Will the party of people that includes the woman known as Portia pass through? I hope Hermes isn't gonna fucking jackass me on this. Will the party of people led by Portia, or including Portia, pass through this intersection within the next 24 hours?
What does it look like when you cast divination?
He's gonna sit down and light some incense and look at Nara and Callan and say, "All right, I need to talk to. I need an answer, and I need one of the two of you to tell me, or at least convey it through yourselves."
They look at you, and then one of them has a very serious face on. He says, "One of us always tells the truth, and one of us always lies."
Oh no!
Oh gods!
He's like, "I'm just fucking with you, man. Go ahead and ask your question."
I hate you both so much. All right, here's the question.
Well, we love you.
Oh. And I'll ask my question.
Yeah. You kind of sit there and wait, and your two little pixied friends kind of look back at each other and kind of whisper in each other's ears a little bit. And then they close their eyes really hard, and a big poof of fairy dust comes off them, and then they just kind of stand there and say, "Just give it a minute."
Donald's trying to be patient, but starts tapping his foot a little bit.
And one of them looks at, just give it a minute.
I'm waiting.
And then a familiar creature that you've interacted with before, a little blue quickling comes, it's like Speedy Gonzalez stops in front of you, like sliding stop, and then that like upright, and just holds out a scroll, a sealed scroll towards you.
I will nod and give him thanks and take the scroll.
As you take the scroll and are lifting it up, you watch as fast as a blink of an eye. You're not even able to catch it. He's kind of looks up at you, gives you the thumbs up sign, and runs away. Make a perception check for me. As you're like taking the scroll, looking at the seal on it, which is obviously the holy symbol of Hermes. 19. After a minute, you begin to smell smoke and feel a burning sensation in your foot by your boot.
I look at my foot.
There's like several like match type things that are like attached to your foot that it lit on fire and ran.
Oh no.
Donald
Nope, time to hydrate.
swears
Thank you.
loudly in Elven and just starts smacking at them.
You're
Done and
able to
done.
put it out. You roll high enough to notice before it actually does damage to you or anything. But you put it out, but your boot definitely has like a big old black burn mark on it.
Alright, let's see what he lit my boot on fire for.
You crack the scroll and it opens and it says, lying in wait would suit you well. They travel towards you in haste from hell.
I don't like the from hell part of this, but alright. And I'll relay this to everybody else. Looks like they are coming towards us, and they're moving fast.
That I just canon made that anytime you cast divination, it has to be a rhyme now from Hermes.
Ah,
And
you did this to yourself.
I did it to myself. Yep, you're right. I did it to myself.
Write it down.
Nobody to blame
It's
but me.
canon.
Yep, nobody to blame but me.
Oh, how many of us can pick divination? It's gonna be funny. Make Bill just be fucking Dr.
It's-
Seussing it all the time.
It's only me, unfortunately.
Ah.
Well, it's only with
Moment.
Hermes, so
So-
if Artanis picks it up.
Oh, actually, no. Wizards can take it too.
Yep.
And it would probably be different from Athena.
I can't imagine Athena would write rhymes like that.
Freestyle.
But anyway, that's the message you get on there. You can interpret it as you will.
Alright, well, I'll relay it to everybody else. Sounds like they're coming towards us. We'd better get our last stuff ready. Put out all our ball bearings and the like.
Do we have
Bishop
any?
says, should we put those before the other traps? That might tip them off.
Oh,
Well, how about we put them right where they're gonna be and where the trajectory of the paint
Wouldn't-
cans will fall, so they
Well,
slip
Well, that's what I'm saying.
after they
If
get
we
the
put
paint in
them,
the face.
she says, if we put them deeper into the room, they wouldn't tip them off if they notice them to the other traps that you've so cleverly camouflaged, Donald. And if we place them correctly, once the combat starts, they're going to be charging towards certain areas, and if we lay them strategically enough, we might be able to.
Yes, that's exactly what I was about to say. Because once we reveal ourselves, they're going to, at least some of them are going to scatter.
And
Force
charge,
is going to,
I imagine. Certainly,
some
that
of them will
big
charge,
Centurion
some of them will, yeah. So we should set them up to, make sure that they're in those places. Question mark, where those places might be in this room.
Well, I don't have a map for it yet because I wasn't
I
expecting.
figured.
But at the beginning of next session, I will. And you can be more specific. You can be more specific about placement of this stuff. Then we already have the numbers for hiding it and everything, but we'll be more specific about placement and all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I can roll another one for hiding like ball bearings and stuff now.
Sure, but you can do it now, or if you want to wait till you see. So write that down again, I guess, for another for the ball bearings and caltrops. I imagine are you gonna like mix them in together, or
That'd be smart.
that'd be interesting for sure at the very
Yeah.
least.
Uncomfortable.
It's like falling on tacks in WWE. If you fall from the ball bearings on your back onto the caltrops.
It's more like falling like on a banana peel onto tacks.
Yeah. But as you set up here, going about your business, Artanis, for thinking ahead and planning and using your brain, you get a point of piety.
Sweet.
Or Athena rewards you.
Does she also reward me with a level up?
She does not know.
Alas.
I told you it was going to slow down, the leveling slow down quite a bit once we got into this section of the game. There are not many people that exist in the world that are above 10th level.
That's not fun.
Most of the like leaders that you've met, like Estrella and the other, they're like around 10th level characters.
Well, what about the people we're fucking fighting?
You don't know, but I'm not going to tell you that. They're your allies, so you've been able to spend time with them and kind of get a measure of them, so you have some idea. So just don't expect level ups to come quick, fast, and in a hurry. I'm going to slow it down quite a bit. Anyway, so you guys set all this stuff up. As you're in the middle of this, and Mel, you're kind of like sitting back, planning out like hiding spots, places that limit movement, spots that you might, just kind of planning to how you might want to use the terrain when things kick off. You hear a light, kind of airy, effeminate young voice from behind you. As you turn around, you see a younger woman, or at least presented in such a way, in flowing robes with dark onyx skin and like a shaved head with a big, like youthful, inviting, like white smile. And she looks at you. Make a religion check.
Oh boy.
And join me in secrets.
Okay.
God damn it.
That's enough.
That's
What'd you get?
4.
4. You're not sure who this is. You get the sense that it's probably a god, seeing as how they were able to just like roll up on you like this. And based on the experience you had previously, it seems like some of these entities are taking an interest in you and maybe kind of giving their pitch. But as she walks up with this big, sort of like youthful, exuberant, like inviting smile,
This time looking obviously confused.
almost kind of looks like a Zendaya, but if she had like a shaved head, a little bit, and darker skin. Mary Jane from the new Spider-Man movies.
I have not seen them, but yes, I had to look that up. Okay, now I know.
The actress, she's also in the new Dune movie and stuff. But anyway,
I still haven't seen it.
Anyway, but youthful, young, kind of happy, smiling, like, and says, "You are very interesting."
I'm still not sure why this is getting weird, but sorry, not quite.
Very interesting. She kind of like pulls her hand across the front of her face. She says, "Your thread has been a must-watch up in Olympus for the last several months." As she holds up like what you assume to be like a thread of fate, potentially yours.
Not sure how I should feel about that.
I just love your whole like thing. Dark, broody. Very.
Sorry.
Opposites attract.
Yeah. So I might need a refresher. Your
Nike. Seriously, you need to get back to the temples.
Yeah. Me
Master
and
of
gods
fate,
haven't
good
done
fortune.
right.
Master of fate, good fortune, prosperity, and destiny.
Got it. Sorry. kind of a lot this past less than 24 hours. So
Like I said, you've been drawing a lot of interest up in Olympus the last several months. There's quite a few people, quite a few of my compatriots that are exceedingly interested in you.
just yeah, that's weird. Uh,
She continues the extension on the thread, and you watch as there's like this weird, there's like a weird sort of like break in it that is like flickering in and out. And it's like, this usually doesn't happen.
What does that mean?
It means we don't know what's going to happen here.
Right.
Like I said, you're very interesting.
Gods. So, this is a sales pitch, huh?
I mean, I feel like I shouldn't have to push that hard. You're kind of backed up into a corner. You could use a little bit of luck on your side, if you know what I mean.
You're not wrong.
The H's are not ones that you want to have mad at you.
Kind of noticed that, yeah. But I don't think that's going to change anytime soon.
Maybe if you had a little help or asked for a little help,
You're going to
might
smooth
help
things
be able
over?
to. I don't know about that, but I could certainly bend a little bit of fate your way from time to time. I mean, how nice would it be to not always be running into the wall and having a lucky break every once in a while?
True.
You don't have to answer right now,
Yeah.
but I'll be the first to tell you this is not going to be the last sales pitch you hear.
I
My
kind of
brothers and
noticed it wasn't
sisters
the
and
first.
yeah, my brothers and sisters and the rest of my family are all quite interested in you.
Guess I should say thanks. This is a little new.
I get it. This can be a lot to take in. Don't let it overwhelm you. This is a good thing.
Good thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know how many people out there lead dull, boring, uninteresting lives for decades doing nothing, eating, sleeping, shitting, eating, sleeping, shitting? Oh my God, it's so boring. You, though, you like to make stuff happen.
Oh. Kind of had to. It's not really a matter of want.
Is it? Just think about that. Good
Yeah.
luck with this whole thing. I have a feeling it's going to either work out amazingly or go terribly wrong and probably no middle ground. And then she just disappears.
Yeah, it's normal.
And we can pop back over to
Yep.
General.
One.
Fuck.
Oh, has the who dis been answered?
You guys see, as you guys are going through this whole, all these, things, Mel was helping out a lot more initially. She seemed to have wandered off to kind of examine the terrain and get a feel for things like that. But for the last couple minutes, those of you with a higher passive perception have noticed she's kind of been like staring off into the middle distance.
And then just looks exceedingly awkward at the end. Like,
Like a, well, that was weird. Look on her face.
oh fuck.
What's going on over there, Mel?
Really, really hard to explain. Maybe for after we deal with all this shit.
Cool. All right.
You hear a little whisper in your ear, Mel,
Mm-hmm.
that says, "The only thing more powerful than fate is one's will."
Mm. Yeah, she just looked like a weird mix of like incredibly awkward, nervous, and like a little bit shaken.
Cool.
What's
Game
going on?
face. Handle those barbarians. Come on.
Sorry, I didn't hear you, Martinez.
What's going on?
Weird conversations. While she's trying to figure out, like, okay, right, what was I doing before all of this?
I mean, I regularly speak to floating balls of light who apparently love me or something. Can't be much weirder than those.
Try different gods. Tell you they're interested, and so are their. It's a lot.
Wait, you got a new god?
No, not yet.
You could just pick Poseidon. He's pretty cool with most everything.
No. If you're gonna pick somebody, you gotta pick Hercules. He's awesome.
Oh God. This is a lot. Like, you know, we talked
Traffic
about
says,
Thor.
Vishra says, I mean, Hephaestus is pretty great too. I'm just throwing it out there.
Hermes sure is sneaky.
Are you all going to just step in now too? What the fuck? Is this
Are
an
you
intervention?
Sneaky, you sneaky person. God. I'm gonna stop trying to compliment him. I don't think I can.
Like, I wasn't expecting an entire recruitment squad, you know.
Oh no, I'm done. That's
Wait,
No, not you.
alright, well, tell us the details later, I suppose.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to
Cool.
sit down for a bit and process first, and we don't really have time for that right now.
Alright, well,
Actually, Creo says, actually, we're about to just sit and wait, so we actually kind of have a lot of time for that right now.
Fuck. I was trying to make a. I was trying to stall.
I know.
God damn it.
Have I not made it clear yet that I don't think that's a good idea?
Right, just let me finish this, and when we sit down, I'll try to explain.
well, I mean, we're probably gonna have to sit in silence for a while and wait for,
Yeah, so let me finish what I was doing, and then.
So I've taken one of the mine carts and I've flipped it over and I've made an eye hole section and a crossbow section, and I've made a little turtle shell for myself, and I'm just lying in wait.
Yeah, I'm gonna put ball bearings and like.
You don't get to do that. Also, go ahead and make a some sort of tools check.
Some sort of tools check.
Yeah, there's several that could work, like blacksmithing tools or woodworking tools, or maybe tinker. I would allow tinker tools probably. Maybe even thieves tools. Probably not thieves tools.
I don't have any of that.
You have a brother that does.
Thorin, kick this thing and make 2 eye holes.
Yeah, okay, sure. Wisdom again?
No, you don't even really have to roll for it. This is pretty easy stuff. You're just using your blacksmithing and wood carving tools to, knock out like a couple of slits, like mailbox slits.
I'm doing what the Centurion did, but now I'm a turtle.
Just know that that's going to significantly reduce your field of vision.
Oh, I'm only going to be in there for like a round.
I'm just letting you know. Just letting you know, my man. All right. As you guys finish up the finishing touches on your traps and begin to conceal yourselves to lie in wait, we'll pick things up there next week.
All right. So the God Recruiter
God.
Squad came to Mel.
Just Mel just running through God Costco, just sampling.
No, God Costo is fucking
This
coming
one
to
looks
her.
good.
That's the problem.
No, it's
Yeah.
too much. It's too much of one thing that just makes it not.
It's kind of like IKEA. You're like,
She's
I'm
getting-
fucking lost in
She's
here,
getting
like, we all
fucking
supposed to be
cold
balls.
called by.
Yeah, no, she's getting like the Jehovah's Witnesses are knocking on her door.
Yeah, God.
Have you heard
She's-
about the?
No, she's getting phone calls from me and Bill, and she's not looking for a car.
It's less about the witnesses and more about actual Jehovah coming up to you every so often. Have
Yeah.
you heard about me? Have you heard about me?
I'm pretty great.
I mean, how funny would that be? Like, I think you would enjoy it worship me.
Yeah. Have you heard about me?
That sounds like something like Maui from Moana would do.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Well, the last one was very much that kind
Yeah,
of.
that
vibe.
yeah, it was very much Maui. Oh God.
You're
Jesus.
very interesting, Mel. You're very, very interesting.
Yeah, because she doesn't want a fucking God right now. That's the hard part.
Why don't you say that? Like, hey, like, I know you're a god or whatever, but I'm really not into a new relationship. I just got out of a relationship. Right
Yeah.
now.
Just
It's
talking
kinda
about abusive
toxic. I
relationship.
just-
Yeah,
I just wanna-
I need some time. I need some time to
be by
heal.
myself, do some inner searching.
But like Mel
Work
and
on
I
me.
said
I need
earlier,
to work on me.
like Mel and I said earlier, aren't all gods and relationships with gods just toxic relationships?
Yes, and that's the problem.
I'm just waiting for the other shoe to fall for Hercules. I doubt it's gonna happen.
If
But I'm
you
just waiting.
wanna, if you wanna take on Double H by yourself with no divine help, you feel free.
It's really tough. God. And the atheist in me makes this is so awkward for me. That's why I normally don't play clerics and paladins.
Hey, again, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to take on anything. You can completely abandon the whole gods thing and the piety mechanic if you want. I'm just saying they've taken an interest in you. What you decide to do with that is entirely up to you.
The mortals must be crazy.
I mean, just
I
think
need
of
to
it
start
as
doing
you're just
research.
talking to another person who has a lot of power.
Yeah. I mean, that's all of you at this point. She doesn't have magic, except for like one thing she can do twice.
I think that you should be like, hey, you want me to follow you? I'm asking for a big ass up front. I need a cash payment right now.
I need cash in advance.
I need you to
It's
show me
piety.
what you're working with before
And
I
I
can
need cash now.
It's gonna be a
Honestly,
silent
I think,
auction.
honestly, I think at least one god would definitely respect if you tried to pull that.
It's
Yeah,
gonna be a
one.
silent auctions. All of you can put in your bids. I'll review them and let you know who
Yeah, right.
goes out on top.
Mm. They're just like trying to butter up the most awkward fucking person in this particular situation. God.
All right, guys, I'm gonna go pass
Damn.
out and hope that this
Same.
cough medicine kicks in.
Yeah, go do that.
Feel
All right.
better, man.
Night, everybody.
Yeah, good night.
Hey.
My
Yeah.
internet is better.
Hey.
Finally.
Hey.
No robots.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Chat. Thank you so much for joining us. Should be back next week. I don't think we have Misty Shore tomorrow because it's like New Year's Eve. But I don't think I have anything Saturday either. I don't know. I might do something. I mean, I've got really nothing going on that day. I might stream a game or something. I haven't played Wonderbard in a while. But yeah, thank you so much for stopping by, Dizzy Lucy. Appreciate it. It was a good time. It was awkward as fuck. It's weird playing playing characters like these. So guess we'll see how it goes. But yeah. If anything, I should, I believe, be able to be back this Sunday for Higurashi. Otherwise, I'll keep you posted on Twitter or in my Discord for if I do Wonderbard or something on Saturday. But until then, you all are wonderful, Who is streaming right now that we can send a little raid to? Yeah, thank you so much for stopping by. Very much appreciated. Who's on? The hardest part is always trying to figure out who to raid after you've been talking to people for a while and you have to do it like on the fly really quick. Oh! Captain Panda's doing stuff. I don't get to raid Panda very often. He's got his new character out for Fight Club, I guess. Fight Club! So yes, please send Panda some love. Great role player. I love playing with him. There's my raid calls. I'm gonna go get some food and chill a bit. Until then, you all stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. Bye-bye!
I'm a badass asexual polyhedral dice hunter.